Listen, 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 and you hear Roman over there. And welcome to Monday Night Tour Ramblings, where I will ramble on for probably 3+ hours. I swear this camera seems on an angle, but I can't seem to get it right, and it's driving me absolutely nuts. Now I know it's messed up. Anyway, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I decompressed from toy tubing. So I didn't go on anyone's shows. I didn't try and stream. I haven't created any content. But man, has there been a lot of stuff. And I was really going to talk mostly at the end of the show about Joe Fest. I still am. I really didn't know how much there was going to be. There is a good amount of toy news. We had Marvel Legends drop their stream today, so we'll go over that type of stuff. We'll go over that stuff, and then we'll go over everything else, including something that happened to. I mean, I can say that he was one of my arch enemies, right? I mean, God, I look like I'm on a angle, dude. Like, what the hell's wrong here? Maybe it's the shirt I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, I'm going to discuss the whole Viper Island thing, and yeah, I'm going to see where that leads to. And what I mean by that is I have a lot to say on that. I don't know if I'm going to say everything that I have to say on it because I was actually part of it, and it seems like I was excluded from it. Not that I care that I was excluded, but I feel like a lot of people got involved in it that probably just should not have. Anyway, I want to start by saying thank you to KJ for last Thursday with the friend. Wonderful interview. Him and I feel like we could still be talking right now. We had so much to talk about. We talked for like an hour afterwards. And I want to say thank you to every single one of you that tunes into that show. It really does. I feel like people have finally figured out what it is. I like bringing on people in this community that have supported me, whether it be in YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, just in general, helped me during all of this and supported me. God, this thing is really driving me nuts. This is the OCD that starts to kick in. No, it's too high or too low or whatever. All right. So thank you to KJ. If you're not yet, please go over, subscribe, watch the video, man. It was really good, and there's a lot to be said in that. This Thursday is a pre-recorded one, so I'm hoping I'll be in the chat, but Toy Connections, I believe, will be on a plane. So unfortunately, if you are trying to chat with us, I would do my best to be in there. I should, by that time, be at Aaron the Toy Enhancer's home with, I think, other toy tubers. So it's going to be interesting, considering it's kind of like the pre-party to get to Joe Fest. And Aaron, I did mean to ask you. I kept meaning to message you, and I forget. Are you going to be there all 3 days? Because originally, when I originally talked to you about it, you said you weren't sure if you were just going to go one day or stay the whole weekend. So you never really, I never heard if you were going to stay the whole time. But anyway, check that out. There will not be a show next Monday, as I will be driving back in. I'll be driving back in. A toy tubing jamboree, you might say. Yeah, so there won't be a show next Thursday, though. It will be another Thursday with a friend, but it is going to be a wrap-up of everything Joe Fest. And I'm going to try and have as many people on as possible that we met there. So I'm going to have it rotating. If there's more than 10 people, I'll have to kick some people off. If Ed is available, I will probably have Ed on the whole time since he's my moderator. And he's also going to be there. Matthew, when I do the DFW show, you are more than welcome to be on. And yeah, Aaron is saying that he will be here. So before we get started and get into everything, let's say hi to the chat because wow, is it it's going crazy right now. We have Stanley Eberhardt who is already in. I'll be a bit late. High school graduation day. Hey, you know what? That was a couple weeks ago. Not for me because I graduated a long ass time ago. Frankie Riviera is here. We have Matthew Matson, the moderator, who is on vacation right now in Georgia visiting his dad. Of course, he's a week early because Joe Fest is next week. Krusty O'Crow is here. Richard Burns is in the house. Shark Eyes is here, and that is your fight. Shark Eyes. John Moore is here. G.I. Bro is in the house. Todd C. Lone Dragon. J. Astro. We have Krusty O'Crow. I think I said Krusty all right. Aaron the Twin Hands, who I know I mentioned earlier. Todd C says, I don't think Viper only got removed. He's hiding all his videos because people got their people out there came at him legit copyright strikes against him. Well, if he gets copyright strikes, he would be removed, and we'll discuss all that. Jay Solo Artist here. David R. Ronnie Trick Shot is in the house. Old Snake is here. Wraith Mace, who is always very welcome here. And give me 1 second. I gotta call for someone. We have Machine Man. The Titan is here. Viper Scout is here. Nolan McClocktick. I think I said that wrong. Snow Wolf is here.
Hola,
Derek Holloman is here. I'm trying to get to everyone. Eric Thurman is here. Nolan, who I understand once he's here, we are ToyTube official. She's here for a reason. Chad Kinsler is here. My buddy's Customs. Bill is here. Oh boy. DJ 5-Ash, not Fevash. Johnny Reno, also known as Cage's Customs. Rolando Flores. So many people. It's not my God. Yeah. Bobby Wald is here. Plastic Skulls. Where we have, let's see, I say Lone Dragon. We have Action Figs. And as you guys know how we do it, every time that someone joins the Creamery, thank you to Wraith Mace joining. Well, he donated 1 Punk membership, but we give you the Creamery. But you know what we got today? Come on. I'm going to give you it live. Come on, say it. Here, I'll get you started.
Welcome to the Creamery.
And David R. was gifted that. Come on, let's hear it live.
Welcome to the Creamery. Oh, look, I can help you.
Johnny B54.
I almost passed out.
Maybe bringing her on to do a live welcome to the Creamery wasn't the smartest thing to do, but it's creating entertainment. We have Tesla Super Destination is here. We already said hi to Jay. I'm going to my first Joe Fest. It's going to be awesome. Hey, it's my first too, so I'm excited about it. Allison Troy is here. If he got enough copyright strikes, he probably wisely pulled everything down so he can prevent further strikes. It's what Toy Guru did when he got his account back. We have a Wilhelm Toy and Hobby here. Frostbite G.I. Joe Pro. Frostbite, I keep meaning to message you about next 2 weekends from now about doing a pre-recorded one for the 4th of July. He's going to be my guest on the 4th of July for Thursday with a friend because I'm assuming no one wants to do that here because we're celebrating America. All right, so I have a feeling everyone has probably started to laugh at yeah, you're right. She couldn't do it live. I told her, I said, hey, I'm going to probably bring you in to have you do it live if I get a membership. And I almost always know that I'm probably going to be gifted one by Wraith Mace right here. Um, that was for you, honest to God. Like, but just getting her to laugh, like, I need to do a Thursday with a friend with her. You guys, I could have her host this, and you guys would die laughing. Though she'd probably never get any actual sentences out. And believe me, she is the smartest person here. Well, other than Matthew. Matthew's the smartest person. Toy binging is here. We came to the end. I'll come say it for you, Pun. Anyway, that was your first live welcome to the creamery. Maybe if more come and she's here at that time, maybe she'll get more composed. She's something else. And Cobra Commander is here. So let's get into it. So this whole Viper Island thing. My daughter's her Stitch bottle. Okay. So I think most people know my stance on Viper Island, where I stand with Liam. And clearly, I lost my account. I was the first one to lose the account. It wasn't the first time that he did strikes. It wasn't the first time he did strikes. He did strikes against myself and I guess Jersey Maniac. But I know Chaz because Chaz was the one that told me Jersey Maniac. And then he hit me again. And again, it was for something that was from before. So now, if everyone knows, he's no longer on YouTube. And it's not that it's a bad thing because I think he was really bad for the community. I've made it very a firm stance on that he was bad for the community. He really is. But I have to say this. No one seemed to really care till it affected a specific group of people. And that's really the wrong way to go about things. And I don't want to defend this guy, but I feel like I almost have to. And this guy can now really say people were bullying him because so many people went after him that had nothing to do with it. When he was being a total asshole and he was being a complete asshole, people went after him for no reason. And I knew that eventually it would lead to attacking his kid, which I think is way off limits. It's way past, and I know not everyone did. Now, whether he's done all this stuff that he's been accused of, I don't know. He's a douchebag. Would he go and seriously dox someone's mom? I don't know. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's Mars. Someone in the chat tell me what it's Mars something. Say hi, Oz, really quick, and Son of a Crayon Slayer. But it became a gang up show. Now, don't get me wrong. Him doing false copyright strike was a bunch of bullshit. But now every single YouTuber or toy tuber, it seems, so many wanted to use that as a platform to try and build themselves up. And they went after him. And I just don't understand it because not everyone needed to. There were specific people. Almost everyone here supported me during me losing my channel. But then it became an issue where everyone is doing streams about him. And they're doing streams about him and they're doing, videos about him. And, people are just trying to use it to increase their popularity when they really didn't have anything to do with it. And it does become a problem, in my opinion, because now when he preaches, hey, you know what? Everyone was ganging up on me. He's actually not lying. He's not saying, when he says he's been bullied, he's not actually lying. With all that said, I truly do believe the guy is a piece of shit. And let's see. After the first and second night, you guys should all get together to have a roundtable discussion of some of the highlights and favorite parts of the convention. We're going to discuss like kind of what we're going to do. I'm going to talk about that. It's real easy to say stuff like that, and I don't mean this rude, but man, sometimes you're there and you're just hanging out with your buddies, and really that's what I want, and that's actually what I'm here for, or what I'm going to be there for. So I mean, I have microphones here. Am I going to create content? I say I'm going to, but I might just totally forget about it and be doing my thing. So anyway, he's now off YouTube. Now he does still have an Instagram. I have another account that has nothing to do with toys, because he has my personal one blocked. He has both my new ones blocked, both my Punk with Toys ones. But there's another one that has nothing to do with it. He's private, but I went and checked, so that is still there. And I know he posted a thing, and Laser Pants had posted basically saying that he came out saying that he's been hacked, which is always a possibility. The thing that many people don't really realize is that he already had 2 copyright strikes against him. He got a copyright strike from a Toy Kind of Mood because, from what I understand, Bobby Behar went really hard at him because he was pissed over stealing his footage and not giving them credit. And again, I'm not saying they shouldn't have, because they'd have a right to be pissed off, all right? Especially for how they did it. KJ still gets furious about it. All right. And then they got the copyright strike from the G.I. Joe movie. That only leaves you with 1 copyright strike. And if you don't know anything about YouTube, you get 3 copyright strikes and you're done. Like, that is it. Like, if they don't drop off, they sit there forever. So you get 3 copyright strikes and you're done. Now you can appeal them, and if you win the appeal, then they're taken off. I didn't get a copyright strike when the one guy that I was streaming showed his little pew pew, his wooden pew pew, that for some odd reason, we had YouTube decided, oh, that's a firearm. It wasn't a firearm, and I won that appeal because when a real person actually looked at it, they realized it. So had a Toyamic displays. Oh no, Roman, we just started. I love you, but we just started. Go talk to the girl. You want to go outside? All right, go talk to the creamery. Go. Look, there she is. Here. Go.
Roman, you don't use aggression. Roman, you want to go outside? Lord.
Yes, Old Snake, there he is. It is Roman in all his glory. Say hi to Skyfall, 80s Toy Boy, and Derek Holloman. So anyway, where the hell was I at? What I was talking about. I know I was talking about Viper Island and him being a piece of shit. Say hi to Toy Matrix. Yo Punk, yo chat, formerly Bun. All right, I was about to say I've never seen you before. Anyway. I totally forgot where I was at. I wish I could back this up. But oh yeah. So if you get 3 copyright strikes, you're done. Like, that's it. That's what YouTube does. Boom. He already had 2. Now, if someone hit him up with another copyright strike and it's legit, like, he's done. And that's it for his channel. And he played the game by hitting people up over and over and over. So I had a grizzle horn here. You can tell the dog adores you. Yeah. No. He just wants to be on film. Thank you. No, he actually does. Anyway, so I'm gonna bring this up right now so you can kind of see. So this is Social Blade. And oddly enough, he actually dropped in subscribers. He was at 19.4. He dropped a lot, but he was at 19.4 when this whole thing happened. but it's showing 0 uploads, which there's 2 things. Everything got set to private. So if everything gets set to private, you lose those uploads, right? Here you can kind of see everything, and I've mentioned before, this is where he was showing the G.I. Joe movie and where I believe he was buying subscribers. Again, if you're buying subscribers, dude, you're a piece of shit. We're in the ToyTube community. Don't be buying subscribers to act like you are better than other people or that you're bigger than someone else. People tune in. People know, who they want to listen to. What a waste of money and something stupid. I clearly believe he was buying subscribers because you could see he was gaining. I mean, he was gaining none. And there's other toy tubers right now that they have a lot of fishy stuff going on. 90 subscribers, 90. I talked about this before, right? But here is where everything went off. And let's say I went and removed my Duke video, which has 12,000 views. It's my biggest video. And you would see this type of dip in my viewership because now Social Blade is looking, and this is from how I understand it. All right. If I'm wrong, someone can correct me. But from what I understand, boom, it will drop. Okay. So, and you know what? It's better to have 177 subs that are your subs than 3,000 subs that you bought. A whole bunch of them. And I mean that because if you're buying subs, you don't know how to get people to tune into your show, watch it, and enjoy it. All right. It's going to go away. It's one of the biggest reasons why I tell people not to buy subs. And I know other people do. But anyway, back to Viper Island here. But when you can see here, and you can see how many he's lost, and this all came, a lot of this, it came from the whole 3POA thing. It really came from Analog Toys and Tony Roberts doing his whole video, getting people. I mean, when you have almost 70,000 subscribers, this is, you have the power. So I just kind of I wanted to show that, just to show you, like, he has no videos right now. Now, I'm sure they're still up. I'm sure he still has them on his YouTube under private, but showing 0 uploads, it either means he set them to private, or when YouTube did it, they crossed them all off, because now they have to go through everything and find out what was actually copyright strike or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if someone did that, just because people were going after this guy. And I don't want to make any apologies for this guy because he's shown that he's a piece of shit. And I really do think that he's a piece of shit human being. Cressio Crow says, Viper Island attacked specific people, agreed, but he also spread lies about the channel, about how channels work, and when people get monetized, he generalized it all harmfully. A lot of people had a right to be pissed. I'm with you 100%, Crow. He had a right. I mean, just like when I say something about Mike Zero, but people made it very personal when they had no reason to make it personal against him. Now, anyone can easily say, well, you were the same asshole that put up memes about him. So he had every right to strike you. And you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. He had the right to do anything like that.
I think he saw a firefly.
Okay.
He just, I also tried to catch one, and then Andrew locked me out.
Okay, but see, I'm alive.
Times. They should know too.
Okay, well, they don't care. They only want you to come in here and say, welcome to the creamery.
Welcome to the creamery.
Right.
Boom.
And now she thinks she could just come in here and talk whenever she wants.
Well,
but I'm trying to do this.
Minutes.
I'll call you in. Out. Bye. Love you. You get the dog upstairs, the other dog upstairs, so he stops whining.
He just wants treats. He's fat.
Oh my gosh. Tools of the trade. Nice to see you join in. Again, this is how you lose your train of thought. I already forget everything as it is. All right. But anyway, yeah, people made it personal against him. And again, people should have the whole time. They should have been there's I know every show is a shit show, but this might be a bigger shit show because I decided to ask her to come in.
Oh,
right.
he's there.
Yes. All right.
No, it's not. That's his tail.
So, yes, exactly. Welcome to the creamery. You know what? I won't be here. She's more than welcome to do it. That is Sheldon. That is my old dog that resides with my ex, but I have to watch him right now because she's watching. It's a long story. You've seen Sheldon before. He's been on the show numerous times.
Hi, I'm Sheldon Cooper. I got kidnapped by my daddy's ex.
She can do that. And she can do that without laughing. And all right, come on, go. I swear. Oh wait, I didn't expect this to go this way. Anyway, people should have been against the guy, and I was one of the people saying, "Hey, you know what? This guy is not good for the community." And we saw a lot of people talk. People asking. And I'll say it again. So many G.I. Joe collectors are G.I. Joe collectors, not toy collectors. So they don't understand. They tune in. They would find him. That's the first thing that they found. But. And you're absolutely correct. She's actually taking a matter of fact. I think in this amount of time, she's actually said more than Luke, your son, said during your whole show when you guys were doing it. But that's kind of what I wanted to go. The guy is gone. I'm glad he's gone. He serves no purpose at all. I'm actually really surprised that he's actually finally gone. You can hear all my kids in the background. But the fact that he's actually finally done. He's gone. Goodbye. But again, people use it as their own platform to try and grow. And I just kind of have a problem that the fact that they all waited till it was one group of people that, hey, this is now our time, and we should all rally around. It was happening before. It was happening for quite some time, and hopefully it's over. Hopefully this guy doesn't come back as Toy Crustacean or something else. As we all know, he's Toy Crustacean. He was in here. Tony Fix shows up here. Tony missed everything. He missed the whole first half hour of all kinds of dogs and all kinds of stuff. 06 says he will be back, just like a case of herpes. Possibly. Joe is here. Nice to see you, Joe. With no Viper Island, where do I go to get the inside scoop? That's very easy. Full Force. I'll say it again. I've said this so many times. There are people that they're trying to do this news. All right. Shark News is one of them, or the artist Shark. He was pretty much, he does a 3-minute thing. Almost everyone gets their news from the Full Force. Now, some may not get it from the Full Force, but this is what I have to say. When anything breaks, wait to see what Chris from the Full Force does. Because he's the one with the actual insider knowledge. And if he does a video on it to talk about it and read between the lines, you can see what is false and what is truth. He already knows. It's just, if you're following along, you understand that, he is friends with the G.I. Joe team. He is the one that leaks the stuff. He is the one that will confirm it if a leak comes that he's not the one leaking it. And again, no gatekeeping. Just follow the Full Force. That's where you'll get the actual information. And he'll also tell you hey, I know for a fact that's not one of them. And if he says that, believe it's true because the guy, again, he is connected. Um, Aaron says, pretty sure Viper Island is done. My channel got attacked around 3 o'clock with over 40 copyright strikes. It was restored and cleared up within 2 hours. Yeah, there's a few people that are that I have seen that have said that he has thrown copyright strikes at them. And if that's what he's doing on his way out, then I guess good for him. He has no one to blame but himself. And this toy community, whether you want to be part of the 3POA crew or you want to be part of, a toy kind of mood, if you just want to follow the full force, if you're one of the people that come here and you realize, hey, you know what, this guy, his community is part of a MOTU community and a Mythic Legions community, with Oz and Joe and, and then obviously Tony, who's, customs, it's a big community. And why you don't want to have friends and meet people, that I don't understand. Why you want to do bullshit, I will never understand. But that is what he chose to do. And it eventually finally came back to bite him in the ass. So Pop Blender is here. Bobby says, I'd love to do a roundtable, but I don't know if anyone has the ability to bring mics and cameras. It would be done by phone on StreamYard. However, we'll see. It would be very hard. You could easily do a StreamYard where everyone is on their own phone, on their own device. I'll have a laptop there. Now, do I really want to sit down? And I mean, it all depends. I'm going to be spending, an evening and and a night with a toy jamboree over at Aaron the Toy Enhancers, and then we're going to be there for Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday, and then part of Monday. So you can only hang out with people so much, and you'll find when you get there that you'll branch off and you'll talk to other people. So you do have some time to do, other things. I just don't want to take too much away from it. I'm already doing this, the panel on Saturday for an hour and a half. And then I agreed to do Mega J's panel at 1 o'clock for an hour on Sunday. And that's a lot. Now, I might try and talk to a few different people, and we'll see how things go, because you might get to the point where you can only look at the same booth so many times before he's like, all right, well, I'm not buying more, I'm not buying more Mythic Legions. I'm not, I'm not going to look at Monster Force anymore. So you might have time. I might have time to stop and talk to, some other people. But again, or interview some people. But that's not really what I've always done. I'm not a big interviewer, but we'll see how that goes. Again, a lot of people here. Skunk Works Studios. I know this is your first time here. Thank you very much. I had a great time with you on with Ed and Largo. So I had a great time with you, man. Even your little short shorts that you were wearing. But if I still had muscular legs, I'd wear short shorts everywhere too. Just kidding. I hate wearing shorts. I actually wore my shorts this weekend, and I was like, God, I hate wearing shorts. 80s toys. Yeah, if I was you, I wouldn't stream anything unless something amazing came up. You can get more time together. And that's kind of my feeling. But again, you're going to realize you're spending a lot of time with the same people. You might have time to do some stuff. But once you go out and, when you go out to dinner, and people are going to branch off and do different things, and you'll find that you like some people more than other people, or you dislike people. It happens. Some people are just tired. They want to crash. So, and there's a lot of people there's people that I've already met that will be there, and there's a lot of people that I've never met in real life. So, I am looking forward to it, and we'll see how that goes. That is one thing about Joe Fast, and we really transitioned pretty quickly from Viper Island. I'm so over talking about Viper Island. I just wanted to address it. I wasn't going to do a whole stream about it. I've done it. I've done all the work for everyone. I showed where he bought subscribers, where he stole, the merch. You can go back and watch that stuff. So, anyway, so okay, one dog looking at me and the other dog looking at himself in the mirror. Anyway, so I say hi to Brick. Brick, I think I forgot to say hi to you, but you're here. And JLS Comics, who has some of the best content. But yeah, with Joe Fest, we're going to see what we can do. Like I said, I have mics. I know, at PowerCon, you saw like Geek Dead Life. He was doing interviews with people. All shorts are long shorts to Lawrence. In some ways, yes. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. Again, as I talk to people more, maybe I'll just feel more comfortable doing a quick interview with the different manufacturers. And that's who I would be looking more to interview if I was going to interview anyone. Maybe Savage Crucibles, Fresh Monkey Fiction, guys like that. I could probably get something with the Four Horsemen. I could probably have John from Sergeant Reds reach out to him and say, "Hey, would you be willing to do this?" I don't think it's too difficult. I think all you kind of have to do is walk up to him and say, "Hey, do you mind doing a quick 5-minute interview or whatever?" So, but we'll see how that goes. I'm more interested in hanging out with my friends that I have met throughout the way. So, but we will be there on Friday. I'll have no reviews coming that week, unless if I get something in on Wednesday and I do one. Joe GI Bro says Joe Fest is gonna be awesome. Yeah, like so many people. That there's just so many people to talk to. Oz says definitely Savage Crucibles. You can walk up to Jeremy of the Four Horsemen. I believe Jeremy was actually the one that noticed my Sergeant Red shirt when I was over at when we were at PowerCon and asked if John was actually there. Savage Crucibles, we'll see if they can stand up or if they fall over because their ankles are weak too. Ryan Sweeney here. For the YouTube panel, are you guys going to discuss being first for reviews? And when you are not first, you become moody, asking for a friend. I just might. I only agreed to do the panel if Travis doesn't whine, Ryan. Good luck on that one. All right. Okay, so quickly, tomorrow the Stinger's coming out. What else? Is Stinger, Sarge, and the Marauders all coming out? I thought it was broken up over 4 days for the G.I. Joe. I will have links as soon as I get them. So if you want to support the channel in the easiest way, wait for those links to come out because I get them out like at 1 o'clock as soon as I get them. So that Stinger, if you're going to order from Amazon or Entertainment Earth, they'll be out right around 1 o'clock. Amazon is a pain in the ass to find stuff. Entertainment Earth is easy. All the other places are super easy. Amazon is a pain in the ass to find anything that's brand new. I'm just going to say that. That's why sometimes this shit doesn't go out right away. But I'll have that stuff out as soon as, and like I said, easiest way, again, Entertainment Earth, Amazon is, all the links are in the description. I think they're in the description. Along with merch and everything else. Okay. Last thing, where the hell's Woody at? Woody sent me an email last week. I've responded to him twice, and he hasn't he hasn't responded. And since he doesn't have any social media, this is the only way that I can get a hold of Woody. I thought him emailing me, he'd respond, considering I sent him twice and it was for something that he wanted. So Woody, if you are listening, respond to my email that you originally emailed me. So I know you're getting it. And as I mentioned before we get into the stuff, Ken from Toy Connections. Hey, everyone. Oh, man, so many names. Aaron, great video the other day. Hey, we don't talk about other people's channels here, Ken. Who the hell do you think you are? Ken will be on my show next week or, next Thursday. Actually, it's this. Holy shit, it's finally here. Joe Fest is finally here. God, it seems like it's been so long. This week. So, pre-recorded. Jump in. If you send super chats or anything like that, it's still appreciated. I will try and acknowledge it. But if you're wondering why, hey, they're not reading any of our questions, it's because it's not live. All right? It's not live. And we also found out Ken has a small bladder and sometimes has to go to the bathroom early. So, since I have Woody's number, we can just call him when you get here. But I have something to ship out to him, something that he wanted. So I thought like he would respond. Yeah, well, maybe I'll have to tune in on, he's going to be on Tuesday, tomorrow with Pop Blender, helping numerous people fill in for Matthew, because Matthew needs 5 people to replace just that one guy. And I guess he'll be on with you. Sean Jones is here. Every big hitter in the chat. I hope so. So anyway, hit that like button if you haven't hit that like button already. It's easiest way to support the channel. All right. Toyomic Display says, I'll be here. I'll be there Friday. Can't wait for my first Joe Fest. All right. So here's another thing. Before we get into Joe Fest, Oz, if you are here, you're gonna know. If you're still here, you're gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. If you come up to me, first off, don't feel like you can't come up to me. I am not special. I think people are probably laughing right now, but some people do feel like someone that does a YouTube show is special. I am not special. I'm no better than you. You are no better than me. We are equals. I'm shorter than you, I'm sure. But so maybe we're not equal in size. But don't come up to me, Toyomic Displays, and say, hey, I'm John from YouTube. And I'll be like, John from YouTube. And then we wait 45 seconds before you go, Toyomic Displays. And I'll be like, okay, now I know who the fuck you are. So if you come up to anyone, not just me, but anyone, and we know you from YouTube or Instagram, use that name. All right? Start with, hey, I'm Toyomic Displays. Say, hey, Punk, Lawrence, whatever. I'm Toyomic Displays. I'm not John. And then we can get to know each other. Or, well, you guys already know my name. This really drove Oz nuts at PowerCon. I know that for a fact because he discussed it and talked about it. Hi, I'm Anthony from Arizona. Yeah, but you're already Tony's Figs. But yeah, here I was like, right. Every person that came up to me and wanted a selfie, I was the one that acted starstruck and in awe with them because you didn't know who they were. DJ says, well, if I say I'm DJ 5 Ash, then you will know that I'm DJ 5 Ash. Exactly. It's just weird because I think people, they feel weird saying like who they are. Like I could easily say, hey, you know what, I'm Lawrence from A Punk with Toys, or I can say I'm Lawrence. I mean, people have watched and I say my name, but a lot of people they don't actually put out content. They don't see their face. So That's how you waste 46 minutes before you get into any of the toy news. And there's a good amount of toy news. All right. I guess we should get into it. Right? I think I discussed everything that I wanted to discuss. I'm going to be 100% honest about the topic. I thought it'd be easier, but the Joe Fest, they just have a rundown. They don't have like pictures, and get to the point I didn't want to do more work. As it does help if you introduce yourself with your YouTube handle. Yes, it does. It just makes sense, okay? You know, if you don't know who Tony's Figs are and he comes up to you, you're probably going to recognize his face. Same with me. If B's Battleground, who is not going, so don't go looking for B. But if he came up to you, other than that amazing voice, you probably wouldn't know who the hell he is. I mean, yeah, he's shown his face. He's done some streams. He's done mine and everything. But yeah, I am Wraith Mace. You know, if you came up with your name, no one would know it because you never really say your name. Final Forever. I think I got that right. Yet Stronox gets away with calling 99% customizers are fake trash info edit. I got image proof. He heavily edited his custom photos. He even changes proportions and uses the decals. He is Viper Island. All right, you must be chatting with someone. Once I started reading, I had to finish, which I'm sorry for you guys because my reading is awful. Words are hard. So I don't even know. I don't even know. I would take your words for it that you obviously saw something. I don't know. I know the name Stronox from Tony, so that's about it. Lone Dragon says $5 to the first person that walks up to Lawrence and says, "Hi, I'm Liam from Viper Island." Well, I don't know who that asshole is, and I know that's not real because guess what? That guy doesn't go to shows. All right, what do we want to start with? Let's start with some Marvel Legends because I already have it queued up here. So let's do a little Marvel Legends. So this happened today. And because this was the first screenshot that they have up there, does anyone know what this is? So this is a hint at what is going to be coming out. Now, I see a big gun like that. I instantly think that it has something to do with Cable. But I don't think it's Cable or Bishop because they recently just had new figures. But it does have a blast effect on it. But anytime you see a big gun like this, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of Marvel figures, and they're usually X-Men. Oh, Tony says it's Krang. It's Kang's weapon. All right. Or is it Krang? It's Kang or Krang. All right, well, look at that. So you guys seem to have nailed that pretty good. Yeah, the last two waves of Legends look good. Oh, man. I know people hate on this. All right, so it is Kang. At least I guess that's what most people think. It's You remember that story arc where Aunt May ran around with that big giant cannon? All right, so mystery solved. It's Kang or Krang or I don't know. Krang is from Turtles, right? Kang is from. All right. So only two of them were on. Say hi to Emerald Knight really quick here. So Man Thing went on. Man Thing went up. They discussed how it is not the exact same as the Build-A-Figure from a few years ago, or maybe more than a few years ago. Now, I don't know if this is available on Amazon. I looked for this on Amazon. I could not find it on Amazon to push it out there. So if you're able to find it, good for you. It was definitely not showing up anywhere. Punk Security and Crowd. Sean Forrester says, this wave they showed looked great, but I don't need any of the characters, so my wallet is safe. You know, I'm the same way. I don't really collect Marvel Legends, but some of the stuff looked really, really good. So here they got to see the box on it. They discussed how the boxes are the same height, so they fit in, but they might be wider. I don't know why they had to actually discuss that. I would assume most of us can figure out how that works. Oh, it's a wider figure. Boom. So there it is in the box. I think this figure actually looks really, really good. And if you watch Werewolf by Night, this is exactly what it's from. And unfortunately, they still kind of had to wait because they don't get to see the stuff early. It would kind of be nice if they could see the stuff early. We've discussed that with Star Wars, and I don't think Marvel is nearly as bad as Lucasfilm when it comes to that. So, Viper Scout, I am with you 100%, man. The new boxes, I think they're trash. I think the Marvel Legends actually look better than the G.I. Joe ones, even though they're very much the same. I'm not repeating that, but I will show it. They discussed this, which I believe has already gone up. They talked about how Robo don't know. I cannot believe. I know these were production models. Robo had to send these back. He talked about it in the video. If you watch his review of them, I can't believe that they can't have actual production figures they could send out to the reviewer and just leave them with them. They actually had to send. He actually had to send them back because they had specific numbers on them. Like, for the love of God, like, it's almost embarrassing that they do that. So they just kind of show the celebrating the 85. So let's get to this Odin. And I gotta say, they talked about how big this guy is. They talked about the head swaps with the helmet and the hair, the oversized sword. This guy is a fucking beast. I think he looks badass. It definitely will. It will obviously cause issues with the articulation, which, again, no big deal. I mean, you can kind of make this thing work. This guy isn't going to be holding a big blast or anything. But this thing looks awesome, man. Joe says, with a repaint, that Odin will look pretty great. Why with a repaint? You customizers are so quick to change things. Like, you guys can't even get it in hand before you've decided what. Tony's awful. I try and talk to Tony. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, and it's like, man, you haven't got the fucking thing in hand. And Brick says, I'm in for Odin for sure. No, I think this thing looks really good, and this is one that if you did find it on clearance, you might not want to. You might just pick it up. But I don't know if this one will ever make it to clearance. You got the Ravens here, which are, again, I'm not a huge Marvel guy, but we know the Ravens are huge with Odin, which is cool because I know people love their animals. There are people that buy Mutton Junkyard and Crocmaster just for that stuff because the G.I. Joe ones were so good. So here's the two different Ravens that you're going to get. It looks like they don't change. They're just kind of standard how they are, but awesome little details. And they're giving you something. Now, this thing's probably going to be like $35 to $45. I don't think they said prices. If someone knows what the price is going to be, please post it. Odin01 says, hey, this guy looks sharp. So yes. So they well, first off, I believe they're smaller than Freedom, but so if Ryan is in, he's probably already typing something out. You cannot cross any molds over with G.I. Joe and Star Wars and or Marvel. Now I know you probably wouldn't do Star Wars, but any mold, any design that is done for Marvel, Disney owns that. So if they were to lose the contract, the molds and everything, from what I understand, the molds, anything like that, go directly to them. And that is why you don't see anything crossed over, not even blast effects between the Joe team. But and I was talking about this on another stream. It sucks because there might be an awesome looking M4, for in the Marvel line, but they can't use it in the G.I. Joe line because it technically goes to them. So you will never see anything like that. Vinny says Odin is huge. Matthew says same curves that came with Thor and the same spare that came with Namor. So yeah, so they can do stuff like that. So they can reuse it. But no, and again, there's nothing wrong with not knowing that, Stanley. So it's always good to educate people. And I mean, I get educated all the time in my different videos and stuff, which I'm fine with. It's just when people come in like assholes, but I kind of like when they come in like assholes because then it gives me something to read for the channel members. So they kind of showed off how he can sit on them. It looks like maybe he can stand on one foot. I would assume with that big old foot you can. Is that? Where's it at? It almost looks like that foot is. No, it's a different foot. But it's a giant foot like this. I know, you guys are like, what the hell is this guy going, man? Someone's saying they like assholes. I don't know. All right. But you can see the hair, and they talked about how the hair just comes off. It's really being done the same way that G.I. Joe is doing their stuff. Oops. Oh, shit. Where'd you go? Where were we at? You're right here. So it's being done the same way that the G.I. Joe is doing their hair pieces with all the females and with I didn't even get anything. I didn't even load anything for the HasLab they kind of showed off. So the hair piece would just come off, and you can swap either head. It's going to notch in, so you don't have to worry about it coming off. It's going to stay on pretty nicely. So I think that's again, everything about this figure, I don't know how you could have any complaints. I think it looks pretty damn good. Brick says, I was a little unimpressed by the 2 Marvel Legends I unboxed this weekend, but then I saw the stream, Odin, Brother Voodoo, and maybe the Aurora for me. Yeah, I'm assuming this is a deluxe, so probably are they $35 or $45? I'm not sure because I don't collect them, but it's a big boy. So there you go. Oh, and he talked about how the cape just kind of snaps on, and it is a cloth goods cape. So I would guess probably in the 40 to 45 range, but someone's got to know. I mean, there's got to be other people that have the deluxe figures. Clearly, this is a deluxe. All right. A lot of pictures. That Raven is pretty boring. I mean, I don't even have any paint apps on it or whatsoever. So, all right. And then he showed exactly how big it is next to, I forget what that is. This a Thor figure? Someone will correct me here. Anyway, say hi to Zazo's Clubhouse. Thanks for joining. All right. And this does go up on pre-order next week. So I would do my best to have links if you guys are interested in it. Again, I really do think this thing looks awesome. We showed off the new Venom. And this is to go with the Carnage because it's from the movie. So I'm assuming it's going to be a bigger buck than a few other ones. Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, Matthew had said that earlier. the one Raven he said was from Thor, the other one was from Neymar. So I could be wrong, but again, if it was G.I. Joe, I'd have a better idea. So here's the Venom. They talked about it being more movie accurate because they hadn't seen the movie before, so they really go on what they see in what's given. Probably pretty much the same stuff that we see. So that's a lot of the reason why you'll see them go back and redo movie figures, whether people like this movie or not. Which I actually thought the second Venom movie was actually a fun movie. I wouldn't say it was great, and I do find it hard to continue to do. To try and do Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man. But Venom, I think, is strong enough that he can carry his own. Get a bunch of talking heads here. That's what Joe Fest is going to be like, a bunch of talking heads. Liquid Identity says, this is Rehab Venom off the roids. Yeah, I feel like he should be bigger. Now, did they say if this was... I don't think they said this was wire. So it looks like they're just standard. They did talk about the tongue and the... I thought there was multiple head sculpts. Yeah, so there's 2 head sculpts. Obviously 2 fists here. And I do believe they showed him against Carnage. So... was Carnage bigger than him? Again, I saw the movie once or twice. I thought they were like the same size. I know normally Carnage is smaller because he's usually sleeker. But I don't remember in the movie, but I would assume so because they're trying to make a movie accurate. But if you need this to go with your Venom, the Venom movie, you really love the Venom movies, or you need I've lost my train. I lost my words. Wasn't prepared for this. If you need a display with Carnage, here you go. And yeah, Carnage is huge. Carnage does get bigger in the movie, doesn't he? I think he does. Stuart Patrick, nice for you to be able to join in. All right. So, and this is as we can see, a Target exclusive, which I believe Carnage also was. So, and Loki Wardtooth is tuning in now. I'm assuming Loki and a few other people are probably going to start tuning in. Does that mean that the Monday Night Raw of the Yojo Jerk and everyone is over? So they showed this off to kind of show you that they're finishing up the team, is what I kind of gathered. I might be wrong. That's kind of what I gathered. They were like finishing up the team or giving you more of the team. Because they're giving you this Professor Xavier in the back. And they specifically talked about why they went with this look. They said in the comic, there was multiple different colors. And I believe they said they went with the one that was on the cover of the comic. So, Walmart exclusive. I know people love Walmart. Everyone's always like, oh my God, I hope it's a Walmart exclusive. Oh, I love when I love when my stuff gets canceled. I love when they don't have it. I love when it comes in a mailer. But if you need a Charles Xavier that looks like Strife, here you go. Now, I'm not sure if he comes with anything. Say hi to Christoph Scuba. Nice to see you. I don't remember I don't remember this. So, Charles Xavier looking like, well, what he looks like is the Star Trek movie where the clone of Patrick Stewart was, like, he looks exactly like it here. So I guess it kind of works, to be honest, considering Patrick Stewart was was Charles Xavier. If you know what awful movie that was, it was an awful Star Trek movie. So here it goes. He's on the card. I know everyone loves these cards. Well, maybe they don't. $25. You get 2 hands and a head. There he is. So this is Warlord Professor Xavier. You know what? You nailed that. Yeah, good vulture head. Do you know what? That's pretty much dead on, to be honest. Yeah, I think you nailed it. And Vinny says, on the cover on Uncanny 275, his cap and uniform lines are magenta. Inside the issue, he is colored blue like the figure. Yeah, they discussed it, and I was like way off. And Brick says it is Nemesis. And Sergeant Red says, aren't all Star Trek movies awful? That is not true. The Wrath of Khan is awesome. And First Contact is awesome. Other ones are decent to watch. Other ones are awful. But those 2 movies are awful. I mean, are awesome. I said the wrong word. Awesome. All right. So here's an Amazon exclusive. Now, this is Rogue. I got to say this. The Marvel Legends female bucks look really good right now. I don't really need them because, again, I don't really collect Marvel Legends other than here and there. But their bucks are really good. And if they're if they're doing anything like they did with that Black Widow, those figures, I really love that figure. It's so good. I did like the one with the whales. You mean Free Willy? I hated that one. Let's go back in time and save the whale so we can figure out what this thing is talking to us about. See, and John Morris agrees. First Contact. I love First Contact. Absolutely awesome. Say hi to Hyperdelic here. Says these 2 figures are phenomenal. So I'm not a fan of the head sculpt, as I just don't like the way it looks. But I think it looks good, if that makes any sense. Like, I'm not a fan of this style with Rogue. That's the best way to put it. But I think it looks really good. Stupid stand. Why do they have stands? Stands are wrong. The motion picture is misunderstood. No, it's understood perfectly fine. So there you go. She looks more like an old woman. But this is when she's part of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, I believe, right? Is that what they said? So, and then you have who is this? I don't know who this is, but she's there, and I think it's a really good sculpt. Now they don't have waist articulation, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Does the Rogue have waist? No, that's one thing that I don't understand. The Black Widow does, but it looks good. I just don't know why they don't have where they can turn it, right? Say hi to Sunny Sundries here. Is that a stand? Is that a stand, or did she steal Silver Surfer's? I always think the same thing too. They put the Joes on that and everything. I always think the same thing. It looks much like the Silver Surfer one that comes with the figure. So anyway, TK Storm. I'm not going to read that. But this figure looks really good. Again, I have no idea who she is. I know they talked about it. But you put these 2 together, and you're going to have a nice little 2 females for over the price of 2. So, Amazon exclusives. Again, as soon as this stuff goes up, I will have it on my links to it. So, again, best way to support is by using the links that I have. So here they are together on Silver Surfer surfboards. It looks like they stole them together. Yeah. yeah, they glue them onto those stands so they can pull them out poses on live for shows. I don't know what I just said. They glue them to those stands so they can pull them out posed on lives for shows. Yes. Yeah, they have talked about that they glue them on there. You can kind of see the glue. It's just hot glue. So they can just pop it right off. Because God knows they ain't letting those things go to waste. Hasbro doesn't waste anything, right? All right. So there's these two figures. Predator coming soon. All right. So I know people are going to be interested in this one. And here we have Jean Grey. And I got to say, this figure looks really, really fucking good. I think if you have a problem with this figure, you have a problem with yourself. And you probably just are a miserable person and like being miserable. Now, this is clearly going to be deluxe. Here she is with her Phoenix head, where she's clearly going to be pissed and about to go crazy. And then the flame effects. And if you watch the video, this thing looks so good. They show how it goes on there. And they talk about the actual Firebird that's behind it, the Phoenix. But she kind of plugs right in here. So you can have her, creating the Phoenix there. They put an articulated head on it. Now, not that there's anything like groundbreaking that they were able to put, not like they were able to, oh my God, they finally put an articulated head on there. It's nice that they did. This is stuff that they should be doing, right? But this thing here, in general, I know I'm assuming guys like Oz and Mythic Legions guys are just going to be looking at this going, hey, you know what? This is something that I just need to get just for the flame. And for the most part, it looks like a statue. When they put her on it, you're just like, that is one that will probably, I wouldn't play clearance chicken with this. I would just say that. This thing looks absolutely amazing. They did talk about how, they made it so the head can articulate, and then how rather than it be just connected to it, that it can pop off. But this here, it could be sitting in anyone's display, and I don't think anyone would care. Like, they just look at that thing like, that is a damn good looking figure. But it looks like a statue, which is awesome. Here's with her open hands. You can, again, this, I think they did a really good job. But if it comes out anything like what they showed, then awesome. It might be something that I might even just pick up just to leave in the back here. Gotta redo back here. Everything's been a total disaster. And then here's Dwight just kind of showing how it works. But it's kind of like Tommy Boy. If you can't figure out how to use, the seatbelt, then, guy will come around and hit you in the head with a pin hammer. All right. And Black Genghis, Monday Night Raw, NBA Finals, Game 5, and Punk with Toys. Let's go. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm not sure if you were watching earlier. You probably weren't because you didn't say anything. Thank you so much for last week. As I mentioned, we could probably still be sitting here chatting. So much to talk about, and a smart guy that you can actually have an actual conversation with, which goes really, really, really far. There's no doubt about that. Quickly, I want TK Storm. Yeah, that's a lot of sensory input. I just want to highlight TK Storm because I don't want anyone to think that I'm ignoring them. I know that really bothers a lot of people. They think you're ignoring me because you haven't read my comments. Most people don't realize I'm doing this all on my own. So, all right. Now we're on to Strange Tales. Quickly, Black Genghis says, KJ, hey man, thank you for having me on. That was an incredible combo. I appreciate it very much. Appreciate you very much. No, thank you. Honestly, guys, I appreciate every single one of you that agrees to do Thursday with a friend. let's be honest, Thursday with a Friend would not be what it's becoming without the people that tune in. But go back and watch that one. Fat Trend. Lonely Larry running solo. Yeah, I'm used to it. I'm used to it, Fat Trend. All right, so Strange Tales. This is what I have to say before we even start this. If you think that these big companies, such as Hasbro, are not paying attention to the toy industry, and I mean people directly making these figures and going to their, their bosses, and they're not listening to the toy tubers out there, this is where you're wrong. Because Monster Force has had so much, there's been so much build up for it, so much talk of it. You have Mythic Legions who, have obviously mythical creatures. You have all the Savage Crucibles, AWOC. They finally come out with Strange Tales, and you're going to get stuff like this. And this is making it so you can work this type of stuff into those lines when they come out. They may not have the same detail. They may not have the same accessories and different things like that. But clearly, they are paying attention because they don't want to lose in that toy market. And like, hey, if other people are jumping in, the mythical creatures and monsters, we need to be there also. So here we go with, who the hell is this guy? I don't know. He's part of Strange Tales. Say hi to Graph. And hit that like button. If you guys haven't hit that like button, please hit that like button. It definitely shows support for the channel. Crash, showing up too. Thank you very much. So all of these, this whole wave looks awesome. I have no urge for most of it, but man, does it look awesome. Brother Voodoo, thank you very much. Titan, Matthew. Now, I do hate these little hand pieces. I feel like they never go on there properly. I really do. I absolutely hate it. But other than that, everything looks really good on this figure. I mean, even the hand, that looks good. But it's not just them. Mythic Legions, I don't really like theirs, too. They seem to not... It's like they create these things that wrap around the hands, but don't bother looking at how can we make this thing wrap around the hand, fit into the hand like it's showcasing it, and be in the right position. But Brother Voodoo here, and it looks really good just in general sitting right here. So a lot of times we only see in the production. That's what G.I. Joe does, and a lot of times we're stuck kind of waiting to see how it's going to come out. Snow Wolf said Dr. Voodoo. No, I think it was Brother Voodoo, but you might be right. I could be completely wrong. Loki War 2 says hymns from Louisiana. I'm not going to lie. When I think of Voodoo, I actually think of The Princess and the Frog from Disney. That was my daughter's favorite movie, her favorite princess movie growing up. So that's what I always think of. I definitely do think of that. But again, everything looks good. And then we get to Dracula. Now, this is what I'm saying. Like, they are paying attention. Dracula about to come out with Fresh Monkey Fiction for Monster Force. Do I think this looks nearly as good as what Fresh Monkey Fiction is showing? No, but I think this thing looks pretty good. And if you're like, hey, I need this so I can have a Dracula versus Dracula, I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't be mad at you. Okay, so Brick somebody says, is brother or doctor, depending if he has the eye of Agamotto. Okay. All right, well, hey, I'm always one for being educated. There's no way that I'm going to remember all this stuff because I have too much G.I. Joe knowledge that I have to think of. And that I can't even think of all that much. Anyway. So he talked about having two different Draculas, one with more of a stoic face, and then one with fangs that are coming out. But oh yeah, so the back hairpiece, the ponytail, is articulated like we've seen so many other times on different things. Kind of like just build the figure here, Colossus. This thing can kind of move around on you. I don't think you can really see that all that well. So they do the same thing. Obviously, Scarlet is the same way. But I'll be interested to see how good the teeth actually show. Hasbro's been much better with their head sculpts and different things like that. So hopefully it's good for everyone that really wants it. Damn it. We were right here. And then they showed him fighting an earlier Blade. So not an earlier Blade, but from just recently a Blade. But that looks really good. I mean, you can't look at that head sculpt if that's what it's going to come off looking like. And I don't think you can really be that upset about it. I'm sure there are people that are pissed. But hey. And Tony says it's the latest Blade. When did Marvel Dracula start using blonde hair dye? He's white. So, I know people say they don't need another Wolverine. You still have the pin joints. I actually have this. I think I have this exact one. But this thing looks awesome. Doesn't mean that you have to run out and buy it. Doesn't mean I'm going to buy it. But I got to say, it looks pretty fucking awesome. So this is obviously when he is a, what is that? Helverine, is that what they call them? So he's obviously part of, why can't I think of it? You know what I'm talking about. Vinny, I'm with you. Pins need to go. It's going to take long. It's going to take time. They're not going to stop just using that, but I'm with you. I don't have a problem with pins, but as things go on, you really need to start phasing them out a little bit more. But this is just, on the same buck that, has already been out there before. Spirit of Vengeance. But this thing looks awesome. I think there's just something cool about Ghost Rider. Thank you. Thank you, Grievance. I think there's just something really cool about the flames making up his iconic hair and his claws. So. And Brick said, gotta go for a night hike with the fam, but let me be the old guy who is all about the old school figures, who still throws his hat in for Vampire Aurora. She looks rad. Hey, look. Perfect timing. This does look awesome. All right? Like, this is a figure, I mean, you could fudge this into G.I. Joe. You could fudge it into, obviously, Marvel Legends. You don't have to really fudge it. But you could fudge this into so many different things. I have a feeling this line you may see people start mixing and matching with Monster Force. So I think they said she's from a different timeline, which would obviously make sense. But this looks pretty fucking badass. Here she is kind of running. Now, again, we have pins. I can only imagine how hard the heels are going to be able to make her stand. So you probably will need to use a stand, which is awful. Stands are bad. These pins look huge because of how small she is. They remind me of McFarlane. But there you go. Again, I think this is something you could easily work into so many other lines. God, with wanting to get those Fresh Monkey Fiction, get those Monster Force, it's making me look at this stuff in a different way. I need to get away. So here's what everyone was upset they couldn't get, or one of the figures they were upset they couldn't get when the Engine of Vengeance failed. So Hellstrom, right? Am I correct? He comes with trident. He's ripped like, you know, a Hellboy should be. Not Hellboy, but if you were waiting for this and you were worried you weren't going to get it, they came back, a year later and said, here you go. You guys can have them. So maybe if something does fail, they will release it. It kind of defeats the whole purpose of putting something in a HasLab to entice you to get it if they're just going to give it to you later on. Hellstrom, aka Hot Topic Neymar. But he has the pentagram in his chest, which I think looks pretty good. The fact that like they just don't give you much, it still makes no sense whatsoever. But all right, maybe one day, but it's not going to be in this one. It's not going to be in this one. I can tell you that if you haven't seen it. So I don't know who she is. Someone can please tell me. Again, these female bucks look really, really good. I'm really impressed. Other than the Storm one that has the big giant pins, but these look really good. I mean, I'm impressed with what they're doing here. Although it looks weird because it's against this. Oh, the Goblin Queen. Thank you very much. You're probably right. She's probably going to be on sale, but where's Satanic Underboob? I know that was a huge issue. Here it looks like she has to go pee. Just saying. All right, so Matthew says she's not the Goblin Queen. So what is she, Lilith? What is she? They should really put these things up here so I know. They already did the Goblin Queen Jean Grey's clone. Well, who the hell is this? Is this Lilith? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is. They said it, and I watched it while I was working. And I was working, so I wasn't fully paying attention. Anyway, there's the back of her hair. All right, another Moon Knight. I think all the Moon Knights look really good, but he's kind of like a Batman, right? I mean, he wears the same suit basically. I don't even think they're changing the buck all that much. They do the inside of this cape black, so I don't know. But if you like this Moon Knight, I think Tony said is more comic accurate. So, but there you go. Another Moon Knight with probably all the exact same accessories. But it does look good. All right, let's get to the Build-A-Figure. So they're showing how you can fit it in with the West Coast. Is it West Coast Avengers? I don't know. Someone will tell me. All right. So here's your Build-A-Figure. And you want to talk about something that you can easily fit in with so many mythical lines. Here it is. And this thing really does look pretty badass. But you're going to have to buy a whole bunch of figures just to get to this. So it has a bendy wire, a tail. They talked about it. A huge Predator vibe. I got to say, if you had this figure and you did some shots with Shadow Tracker from G.I. Joe, the Cobra, oh man, that might look pretty badass because they definitely have a very similar look. So, but they were very proud of this. I think it looks good. Again, the only paint apps are on his eyes from what I can tell. So, there you go. And there he is next to Daredevil, so you can see exactly how big this guy is. It's only one Build-A-Figure, but it's what, five or six figures? So here's the whole wave. So Wolverine looks like he's the only one that is not. So it is 6 figures for the Build-A-Wave, and it is Lilith. So figure that out. And then they were showing the box. And I got to say, the side art looks awesome. No, Vin, I just said that, yeah. It looks like Wolverine doesn't have the Build-A-Figure, but it was still 6. It was still 6, right? So, where was it at? Oh, well, it's gone now. We're going to remove this. Wow. That has gone on for quite some time. I didn't expect that to go that long. That's why I like to do my own slides, because then I can cut a lot of the stuff out. But I had time restraints. So, all right.
What?
Let's get to some of the stuff here.
So good.
Quickly, if you haven't hit that like button, there's 79 people watching. There's 69 likes. Please hit that like button. It is the easiest and cheapest way to show support for the channel, and greatly appreciate it. All right. Toy binging. Wish they did a Capcom Marvel superheroes line. Yeah, that would be actually pretty sweet. I kind of discussed that the other day when I was talking about stuff. All right. So normally what we start with is a little McFarlane. Tony, I hope you're still here, because look what you got. New superpowers. And we have Metamorpho here. Are they even giving them... I mean, I don't even think they give them all any type of accessories. Sometimes you just get a blank figure for $10. I think they're $10, right? Pop Leonard says, hit that like button or Viper Island will cancel our channels. All right, so superpowers. I know a lot of people like them. I know Tony really likes them. I know that Matthew doesn't like the fact that they are not the same scale as the original. I fully understand why you'd be upset that they didn't the original scale. Doesn't make a lot of sense. It feels like that would make more sense. But this is McFarlane, so I think now there's more than enough figures that you don't even need to worry about trying to mix in your original superpowers. So this went up, or was shown right before I went live. Booster Gold, who I still think is one of the stupidest looking characters ever. Maybe you like the guy, and I mean, I should like this guy. He has Michigan colors, right? But he looks stupid, right? He just looks stupid. So Booster Gold, another Black Manta. Now, I didn't understand why they came out with another one. The only thing that I can see that I think might be different is his neck is painted silver, and he doesn't have a full black head. It's more of a gray. So I don't remember what the original one looked like, but yeah, that's he's there if you really do need it. Black Angus says this one's actually black. So the head sculpt is black, because I mean, I'm going to take your word for it, because I literally just saw them, and you probably saw it better than I did. But I thought the other one was all black. Again, I just do quick glances over them, so I don't claim to be the expert. I will take your Black Manta must have a real problem finding hats that fit. So KJ says the other one was a blue and gray. Okay. Like I said, I don't collect them, so I will take your word for it. As listen, you are you know way more than I do when it comes to this stuff. And then we have Guy Gardner, right? It's a Guy Gardner. And maybe the greatest bowl cut ever. And why doesn't he have his name on it? They just have Green Lantern, right? But I don't mind them doing there's so many Green Lanterns that, and I think the Green Lantern Corps is awesome. I think it is so, it's just such an untapped resource for DC when it comes to movies and different things like that. They should focus more on that. I know they're supposed to do a TV show. I'm not sure if Max is going to do it. You know, DC is such a train wreck when it comes to their movies and TV shows. So, but this is for the next wave. These 4 figures. If you're interested, go out and get it. People always just think God can't even get his name on the card. They just put the Green Lantern ring up there. Oh my God, that's pretty damn funny. All right, so Sergeant Rock. So I was watching Robo Don't Know, and he was basically saying how a lot of these, like the legs and stuff, are Bane's legs. I don't care. I like this figure. I am. You know what? You're right. Hold on. It does look like Doc Ock's head. It really does. That is one hell of a bowl cut. Oh my gosh. Dude, I cannot see it now. Well, thanks, John Morrison. Or John Morris. Now I don't want it. It looks like, God, it looks like Sinbad. Holy shit. Other than that, well, I don't even dislike Sinbad. I don't have a problem with Sinbad. I just never thought my Sergeant Rock would look like Sinbad. Here's what he gets. Now, I'm sorry. I know they're toys, all right? I know they're toys. Let's just do it for Ryan, all right?
We're talking about frickin' toys here. They're toys.
But he's Sergeant fucking Rock. DC, get over your bullshit of not allowing guns. These are for 14 and over. They're not for little kids. Hasbro's doing for little kids, for G.I. Joe, giving them guns, machine guns and shit. This is Sergeant Rock. You gave him a knife and a fucking shovel. I don't blame McFarlane at all. He got the line. He is told what he can do. Same with Super 7 and Mezco. They get the Hasbro line, they get the G.I. Joe line, they say you cannot do a hooded Cobra Commander. They can't do a fucking hooded Cobra Commander. Don't fucking say they can. But come on. You're doing a military line and you're still saying can't give them fucking weapons. Now, McFarlane, I'm sure, will come out with a weapons pack, which is oversized for everyone, that will fit in him. But you got to be kidding me. Exactly. No Tommy gun, no M1. Absolutely ridiculous. And that is a DC thing. So I would not blame McFarlane. This was handed down from DC quite some time ago. I was trained how to do some damage with an E-tool, just saying. Okay, I get that. But they leave you without a rifle, Ed? All right. Goddamn Sergeant Sinbad. Yeah, but be glad Paramount's making G.I. Joe and not WB. I'm not glad anyone is, because they haven't given me any good movies, KJ. Yes, it is a Warner Brothers thing. DC, Warner Brothers, yeah, same thing. Anyway, other than that, the figure looks good. And I will probably be picking it up because it'll be like $22. Now, how many figures are they going to do with Sergeant Rock line? I don't know. I like the E-tool. It's cool. But I think you should have a weapon. Like an actual weapon. And I don't think there's too much to discuss on that. I don't think there's really a fight on that. Um, Sergeant Sinbad here for your prostate exam. Thanos Copter, you better be watching this right now, and you better be going, oh my God, I just got ideas. All right. Okay, there. The Russian e-tool is mean as shit. I'm not saying that wouldn't hurt you. I'm just saying it's not a rifle. So here's a box for it. Here's the back cover of it, which really takes you back to the 80s. So now we got the Army Men version. So you get a whole green version. He just showed the whole wave. There's 3 figures, and they all have alternate colors. So all green. It really looks like an Army Man. I don't know if anyone really wants this, but it's there if you want it. I would much rather have a Sergeant Rock than a Sergeant Rock. But if you want an Army Man, because you just maybe you love Army Men. I mean, hell, they were so much fun back in the day. Connor Kent. Now it was Robo talked that he seems a little bit small in the chest. I'm not sure. I think this figure actually looks pretty good. This is supposed to be from Young Justice, from what? At least I think this is the Young Justice version. So, and I don't remember Young Justice being that big and bulky. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's from the cartoon or comic, but this looks like from the Young Justice cartoon. But he does come with 3 different head sculpts, 2 different hands, a ground, a punch, the flight stand, which I said I do like these flight stands for the fact that they just make them look like they're levitating. And then he has a bald vision, like laser vision one, right? So here he is punching the ground. I don't know why. I don't know why you'd want this, but hey. There he is kind of floating, levitating. I think this looks awful. He looks more like a cone head than he's bald. It looks like he has a bald cap on over the action figure. So I can't see anyone using this head sculpt. All right. All right. And then you get an alternate one, or you can get an alternate one that has an L on it. That was probably for Luther, would be my guess. Toy Pigeon says Sergeant Rock looks like he would scale as a 7-foot tall G.I. Joe classified. Well, that's exactly what he. That's exactly it. Because it's on a 7-inch buck. Then we have Fire, who's just translucent green, in her high heels. Again, if this is something you like, something you want, there you go. I probably do need to use a stand because those heels are going to make it very difficult to stand. And then I thought she had an alternate version. Maybe I didn't save it. Then we have Metallo. I don't know what version of Metallo this is. It looks like he's wearing... maybe someone can let me know in the comments what's going on here. But isn't that Adam's chest piece? With all that said, I think this thing looks really awesome. I think this thing looks really, really awesome. I think the colors just work together. You have the kryptonite down here. So that's pretty cool. But that's all he comes with. Because God forbid you give him more. He gets a card and some kryptonite. You know, he may look horrible as Metallo, Derek. I just think as a figure, he looks really good. But I'm also not talking about the lore or anything like that. But that's just me. That's why we're able to have different opinions. I'm not mad at you. Now, Robo did point out how you can see the eyes and the mouth through the mask, which I think is really nice. Now, if that actually turns out that way, that's a whole other story, because there were some things that I thought were going to be really awesome from McFarlane, and then you see it and you're like, oh my God, that is awful. So there he is in the box. Then we get this Batman. And I'm not a fan of my Destros with eyebrows painted on. I don't know why Batman has eyebrows painted on. And yes, I know it's more or less from the 66 version, but if you need this, there it is. I do like the Batarang or the Battle Rope or whatever you want to call it. And I think the Batman looks good. This is the Dark Knight Batman. I just don't like the face sculpt. But you can see everything that he does come with here. So it's a decent looking figure other than, in my opinion, the eyebrows. Just not a fan of that. Yes, just what we needed, Batman. I know you guys have been waiting for Batman. We've all been waiting for new Batman. So here he is with... Just take those things off. But hey, Viper Scout, look. Here you get him in a all gray outfit. His black and white look, right? Because this one isn't gray enough. Gray and blue. This one is all gray just for you. Yes, the Batman is dope, but the eyebrows are awful. Yeah, and this is just the Dark Knight Batman. I think the head sculpt might be different. So here we have the autograph series. Didn't even realize there's an autograph series. Oh, hell no. I totally didn't expect Todd to do another Batman. Hey, it's always shocker. Like, it's always good because there's not that many Batman out there. Although the Jokers might be starting to catch up. Especially if you start adding Joker eye stuff. Can I just say, this whole thing of more Batman, Viper Scout here, yes, finally. Allison, this is all you're doing. It is all you're doing for the Batman thing. Just saying. All right. A Joker with a giant knife. He doesn't have any guns because God forbid that a toy for 14 and up have a gun, because that can be used for killing. But a knife's, well, I mean, look at that. That is that knife is for other things, I'm sure. Vinny says, I want that punchline. Anyone want the stupid Joker? No, I think you just said what everyone else is saying. Like, anyone else that's interested in this is probably just saying the same thing. Like, all right, when's the punchline coming? So, ooh, you know what? Yeah, even though I didn't play it, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because I think we saw it. It probably is the Mortal Kombat one, to be 100%. Probably is that one, to be honest. I think we all saw that one hanging on the shelves at Walmart forever and ever. So now we have the Jim Gordon Batman, and I don't know who the other freak is. I don't understand this. I know that they changed some stuff. I know they changed some stuff with Batman for a bit when Jim Gordon, but I just thought this was stupid. And Christopher Allen, who I'm pretty sure I've never seen before, he's been hanging out with Crocodile Dundee. All right. Painting on eyebrows say Chola. No, mama. I don't speak Spanish, but I know exactly what you're talking about. So if Batgirl had it would make more sense, right? And if Batgirl came with a knife. All right. So the one thing I always like about McFarlane is they always kind of give like a small display piece to put both figures on when it comes to their 2-packs. That is something that I think is totally missing when other people do 2-packs, and I think it's pretty cool. They should really make them kind of connect, in some way. It might not work perfect, but hey. So, but this guy looks like he has a starfish on his face. I think that's actually what he might have. I could be completely wrong. Wouldn't be the first. Now, I got to say that I think this thing looks pretty cool, but not as a Batman. It gives you that War Machine look, big missiles that can shoot out there and everything. So, 3 stars says, popping in to hit the like and say what's up. A little busy tonight. All right, it's cool. I'll remember that. You're too busy on this Monday night. No, actually, I fully understand, to be honest. And Matthew says he's got to go, busy day traveling tomorrow. Well, why don't you stay another week? You should stay another week. You're already in Georgia, right? Seems like it'd be easier to be there. Anyway. So there you go. Mr. Bloom. So it's Rookie and Mr. Bloom, but it's Jim Gordon and a weird thing. I don't know. I need to take a break soon. There's so much McFarlane shit. Another Batmobile. Because, God, we don't have enough Batmobiles. I guess if he's like, all right, if I'm not making another Batman, I should really do another Batmobile. With that said, after the 89 Batmobile, this is the best Batmobile. And I've always felt this is designed after the 89 Batmobile, which is a Corvette if you don't know. I actually really think this thing looks badass. Now, there's nowhere that I can put this. It's not in anything that I collect. But I've talked before that I really like the animated Batman figures because that was a fun time with my daughter. And even before I had met her mom, it's something I used to watch. So I love the look of this. I feel like I can't say this. I love the look of this. It just goes. I think it's hard to really screw these things up because it's such an animated style. And I think he does a wonderful job with these types of these animated figures. So, and where was it? Yeah, Stanley Everhart says, yep, this is my Batmobile. I like this. I really do. It fits both Batman and Robin in it. The way that it's going to, it opens up. So it's not just a big shampoo bottle. It kind of looks like it could be a shampoo bottle. And I think it actually might light up, which would be absolutely awesome. It's okay, Lawrence. Baby mama is socially acceptable to say. But here's the whole thing. I can't, she's my baby mama for my kids. But my oldest is her daughter that I raised, but she's my ex, if that makes sense. But you don't raise someone for 15 years since she's 5 years old, raise her, and then say, well, I'm not with her mom anymore. It's a weird thing to trying to explain to people. The tail lights look like they light up. So this thing looks really good. And he seems to do some really good stuff with some of his vehicles. I hope the tumbler that I ordered is going to be nice. We'll see. I doubt it'll be nearly as good as the van. Even though it's on the same pay scale, to be honest. So, and there's the big giant box for it. And that's the end of the slides for this. Now I got all kinds of other slides, but I have to take a break. So, when it comes time for a break, there's only one person you want to hear from.
Oh, hey guys. So Lawrence, he had to step away for a little bit. He's got a case of the grumble dust. So he asked me to kind of watch over a stream. He put me in charge of y'all. He said to me, oh, Moss Man, I have a case of the grumble dust, and I need you to watch myself for a little bit so nobody leaves and finds out that there's more interesting things to watch on YouTube. And also, I hate Ohio. So I was like, oh, dang, so now I have to come up with a topic for my very own show. And I was like, oh, What about talking about your favorite toy stores? So my favorite toy store is HelloDopeToys.com. So they used to have this really bad website. It used to look real scammy. Like if I gave them money, they were going to go spend it on like blow and hookers. But now their website is really nice. And like I can just go in and do like 1-2 click. And then my order's placed. And they ship super fast, guys. They ship everything in 1 business day. So like I get all my toys first. So when I'm out there on the playground and all my friends are like, oh, dang, mouse man, where'd you get that action figure? I still have to wait 17 months for mine. And I'm just like, well, I went to HelloDopeToys.com and I just pushed the buttons and then they shipped it out to me. And the packaging is so nice, guys. Like, I opened up the box and I thought, oh, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this kind of packaging. It's so nice. But then my trash can gets full because of all the packing stuff. And I was just like, oh, dang, I just changed the trash. But now I gotta change the trash again. Oh, you're right, Matthew Matson. You can use the code APWT at HelloDopeToys.com and save 10% on your order. So how that works is, so you're gonna save 10%, and then a Punk with Toys, he has to pay that 10% that y'all saved. So if you don't like Lawrence, you can just go to HelloDopeToys.com and just buy a bunch of stuff and rack up his bill. So then like at the end of the month, they're like, Hello Dope Toys is like, oh, Lawrence, you owe us $1 million because of all the 10% codes that everybody used. And yeah, that's how that works. Okay, guys, so it looks like it's time for me to go now. So make sure you go to HelloDopeToys.com and like and subscribe. And then in the comments, put what your favorite toy store is. But if it's not HelloDopeToys.com, I'm probably just going to delete it, okay? So, all right, guys, bye!
All right, there was your announcement from Mossman, who, Ted, it's time for a third commercial. It's time for a third commercial. I haven't been playing it too often. I haven't been playing the first one too often. I got to play that one more, but that's only 1.5 minutes. This one gives me 2.5 minutes to take a breather. 3-star says, yeah, this Batmobile and 89 movie, there are no others. I think the Tumbler's really good. I do. And I love the 66 Batmobile. I really do. So Legend series says, I guess they finally wrapped up with their show. Finally have, I guess, competition, although it's not much competition because they are absolutely crushing it on Mondays. So eventually I will just be pushed to the side like always. And then, yes, and the figure 6-pack. Oh, man, I forgot the show was on. I was at Articulated Ninja Reviews. Yep, he decided that he was going to go live too. I see all this stuff now. I mean, I only see it because it just kind of pops up. And we got to say hi to Random Diorama. Always good to have Jonathan here. So anyway, let's get 2 hours down. Holy shit, man. No wonder why this show goes like 3.5 hours down. All right. So you guys can all tune out because Masters of the Universe and the Evil Stridor is going up for sale, I believe, tomorrow on Mattel Creations. Now, again, I think Mattel is doing this right. They put stuff on Mattel Creations. I'm not sure if they're still having their 50% sale or up to 50%. They were having a sale all weekend. I thought I got an email saying that it had been extended. A lot of MOTU Masterverse stuff on there. So, Evil Stridor, which I do think the purple color looks really good, the purple and gold. I don't have any need for this, as I'm not really collecting too much MOTU anymore. But it does look good. It is just a repaint, but I do like the fact that this here, they changed the base and they changed the fence to look more evilish, right? So I think that's cool. They did a little bit to just kind of change it so it's not completely the same. Aaron says 3 hours goes by pretty fast when you're having fun. It does. It also gets, it can get hard too. I'm sorry. I can't believe I said that.
That's what she said.
I don't know why I said that so hard like that. Anyway, Kiwi G.I. Joe Customs. Hey everyone, how's it going? Going to head with the Stinger. Good luck. Well, you know, two different people who are definitely two different fan bases, that's for sure. There is not a lot of MOTU G.I. Joe crossover. You would think there would be just for the time that it came out, but I think there's more G.I. Joe Star Wars crossover than MOTU. And maybe it's because it's more mythical and Star Wars for anything. Say hi to Tatsi here. This is Baltimore Ravens colors. Oh my God, it is. You are dead on there, man. All right. Yes. You're right, man. I just don't know why I pronounced the word like I did. All right, so here is Skeletor. The other thing is you can fit Masterverse in here. Almost everything that they did with Origins, like vehicle-wise, you can fit almost all Masterverse in there, especially the Wind Raider. The Wind Raider fits a 7-inch figure perfectly. So if you ever need one and you're like, hey, does this actually fit? It does, because I tested it. And I know that they do fit in here too. So, but it does go up for order on Mattel Creations. I believe it's tomorrow. If I'm wrong, then correct me in the comments. But yeah. Not normally. All right. So there's your Skeletor and your I knew the name of him and I just totally forgot it. It's not Evil Stridor, I know that. Night Stalker, look right here. So here's the box art. Again, I will say it probably till I stop toy tubing or doing YouTube. I don't know if anyone does artwork better than Masters of the Universe. It's so wonderful. The Easter eggs that they hide in there are just so good. So, and then Snake Mountain. I mean, it makes me want to go buy Snake Mountain and just put it in the background. I have no room for it. I have no room for my Castle Grayskull that I have fudged somewhere. So, but there it is. Again, looks pretty good. And like I said, I like the fact that the base, they did some changes to it, so it's not just a complete repaint. And there he is with all his. Who doesn't want a Night Stalker that's like mechanic, that has laser guns on it and different things like that? All right. So NECA dropped not a whole bunch of stuff. Three things, and one actually got dropped today, that at least I saw it for the first time today. So this is the Comic-Con exclusive, one of them. They're actually dropping a whole bunch. So glow in the dark. So if you like glow in the dark and you want this figure, this is where you got to get it. Again, I think this is really good. It looks good when it's not glow in the dark, which I think sometimes you have a hard time doing. You know, most of the Master of the Universe stuff, you can tell that it's glow in the dark when you're just looking at it. The Valaverse Swarm guy, he's glow in the dark. Even most of the Mythic Legion stuff, when you're looking at it, you can tell most of the stuff is glow in the dark. If this is the actual figure, you can tell that it's not glow in the dark. Couldn't you just set it on your flat? I could. I could, but then how would I? Where would I put all my F-14s in my Megatron collab? So this is a Comic-Con exclusive. Again, you can get this one if you don't want to glow in the dark. So again, perfect for what a Comic-Con is supposed to be. They're exclusive, shall I say. But if you want it, Nosferatu, go get them or find a way to get them. So I'm going to be, I think I saw part of Saw. I don't really care for horror movies. I'm not a horror guy. But I do know who the Saw guy is in some ways. I didn't know he wore like a horse head. And then you can swap the head, I guess. Now, you do get some nice soft goods. Again, I think NECA gives probably the best accessories on a consistent basis. No doubt. They do a wonderful job when it comes to that type of stuff. But then you got the little creepy guy on a tricycle. I know that face because that one's been shown so many times. And I think I saw the first movie. I really do think so. But here's everything that he comes with. I think we all remember this little headpiece. Again, I didn't see the movie. I just remember the girl that was part of it jumping in the needles and having all the needles sticking out of her, if I remember correctly. Because I thought she was really hot. Until she had needles out of her. Then that was hot. All right. And then we're getting another elf. And NECA is going to get their use out of this buck. And, man, I'm not going to be mad. Oh, that was, okay, so that was, I told you, it was on somewhere. So I wasn't actively going to watch it. It was actually on at my dad's house, and I think my stepsister was watching it. God knows my dad wouldn't be watching anything like that. Mr. Mad Gus, nice that you can join. All right, so here is Elf, and he's clothed up now. Now, they've always given him some sort of clothes. He is super Elf here. The Elf figure is so good. All right, I've talked about it before. It is such an underrated figure. NECA knocked it out of the park with this. I have no issues with them reusing the mold, the buck. Again, you kind of have to. I mean, you look at the Goliath. They're really getting their money out of that Goliath buck for gargoyles. By the way, NECA, it'd be nice if maybe you sometime release some of the gargoyles. It's hard to create gargoyle content and reviews if you don't release any new figures. So, but this thing is actually pretty cool. Again, it's on the same buck, although obviously the feet look like they're completely different because I'm going to assume those are not real feet. But he has all the same hands. We got to get to what he's actually holding here. Is he has a selfie stick. Now, this accessory itself, if you are a photographer or do any type of toy photography, is awesome, right? This would be worth buying. This would be worth buying that figure. I mean, if you're not spending all the, the shipping and handling, that's, when it comes. But if you found it for the 35 or 40 bucks that it is, and this is San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So, but the selfie stick, you can use it with, it could be G.I. Joe, Marvel Legends, anything. But they're obviously going more animated from the cartoon. But he's got the tube that he can hold it in. He can walk around with it, have his cape. So, again, an awesome figure. Here's everything that he comes with. Again, I just love the selfie stick. It's so cool. But it looks like he comes with these stickers. And you can see, obviously, there's Captain America there. There's Deadpool, Wonder Woman up here, free cat food. They did a really good job of adding just some little things that I think people are going to absolutely love. Again, if I found this for $40 at Target, or someone got it for me, and I'm not paying crazy shipping, or overpriced just to get the selfie stick, I think is totally worth it. But the elf buck is just really, really good. So, Clinton Jorgensen says the world is back in order. Boston Celtics are the champs. Okay. Basketball's man, such a bunch of whiny babies. I've never seen people kill their sport so bad, but hey, to each their own. Super 7, my favorite company. How many am I getting? None. I mean, if I found one, I would pick one up. But it's San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so it means when it does go up, you're paying probably you're probably paying $15 shipping. That I gotta draw the line somewhere. All right, so new Thundercats went up. You know my feeling on Super 7, but I know people love their Thundercats. These are $55 a piece. Well, not the big one. Because they can charge you the same. They can charge you $55 for a smaller figure, but they can't charge you $55 for a bigger figure. So here is Cloudus. And I'm not sure if they show everything. I think they show everything that comes with. So here's everything that he comes with. He doesn't even come with that much, right? He comes with this big stand in the back. Probably go good with your Cat Slayer if you ordered that thing. A couple of different extra hands, 2 different face sculpts, a walking stick, and what looks like some sort of scroll, right? Again, Super 7, hey, well, don't want to give you too much at times, but they'll give you a bunch of other shit that you don't need. So, Lunar and Amag. Now, of course, it's a bigger buck, so they're going to charge you $85 for this thing. I normally say that's cool, but you still charge people $55 for a Snarf, which we all know is tiny. So, you know what, Elf, that'd be a feast for him. Yeah, that would be a total feast for him. I didn't think about that. He's and say hi to Duck Collector. Shark, I'm not, because Travis Moody does this. A lot of people do this. When you're talking about a team that you root for, don't say we. You're not part of the team. When I hear people talk about, so when my Lions, no, not your Lions, when we beat this team, and talking about the Lions, you didn't beat them. You didn't play for the fucking team. You're not on the organization. Stop saying we. You had nothing to do with it, okay? That is like saying, oh, you know what? We did a really good job with this last Hasbro wave of G.I. Joe figures. I think we really knocked it out of the park. I didn't do shit. I showed it on a fucking YouTube channel. I fucking hate that. I've hated that for fucking ever. All right? Holy shit. Sorry. You got me on a fucking... I hear the fucking people on Sports Radio fucking calling to that shit. It fucking drives me nuts, man. Hey, so you work for the... So if you work for the Seattle Kraken, and you can say, yeah, you know what? Oh, yeah, we're playing, we won the Stanley Cup. You can get away with that, and it's okay. Or if you play college football, let's say for the University of Michigan, right? You're always part of that team, right? So if you played for a college team or went to that college and put a lot of fucking money into it, you can say that. Exactly. They did a great job. They won the championship. We won the championship. You didn't win shit. You didn't do shit. You sat on your fucking couch and you watched people while eating fucking... Okay. No, I'm not on steroids, but it's something that I fucking drive me absolutely fucking nuts. No, I've watched the Red Wings win. I've watched the Pistons win. I've never referred to them as, oh my God, we won the Stanley Cup. I didn't win shit. All right. I watched them win it. Anyway, all right. Okay. Enough sports ball because no one gives a shit about sports ball. But you stop using we when you didn't do shit. All right? Did they give you a ring? No, they go away. All right, so anyway, this guy's a big burly guy. I can only imagine the articulation is probably worse than most Super 7 Ultimates. Just saying a lot. But the creepy little female looks like she can't ride on him. At least I think it's a female. But again, $85. You get 2 heads for the female, for the rider, 3 heads. Now, last time I checked, you can't have that many heads on one figure. And a bunch of hands. So once again, this is. I really do hope that someone else has taken over Super 7 because it would be nice to see much better product than this. Just in my opinion, what they do, what they give you, the price that they pay. Lawrence, we do some great G.I. Joe reviews. See, I can say that I mean, I guess I could say I did a great G.I. Joe review. That would sound awful of me just saying in general. But I think anyone that is on the Clubhouse when I'm on, they can just claim like, "Oh my God, that was a great review that we did earlier today." We did a really good job this year at the Super Bowl. Anyway. All right, and then we have Robert Bill. Now, I don't remember this episode, but I remember this episode, if that makes sense. Like, I remember these things being inserted into this. Yes, we're the reason for the season. Yes, we're close. We're so close to 4.5 subs. Well, you know what, 80s Toy Boy, I should probably just go buy some like some other people, and then I can jump up super quick and just surpass that. Now, if you guys, send super chats for me, I'm not going to buy subs. I ain't fucking buying no damn subs. Nothing says I'm desperate more than buying subs for your ToyTube channel. Nothing says I'm more desperate. Anyway. So this figure actually looks pretty cool. Now they actually do give him some stuff, so okay. Again, I wouldn't even hate the $55 price point if we knew it was actual quality, but everything that we keep seeing from Super 7 usually seems to be trash. But it looks like you get this knife here. At least I think it's a knife. You get your torch. You got your sketch of the Cat Slayer. So if you're getting the Cat Slayer, you almost have to buy this thing. And then you get your little flame and stuff, and 2 different heads. Now this is like they're actually showing 2 different heads. Usually, they'll throw on like 2 or 3 different heads, and you can't tell the difference between them. So, we're about to talk really good about these burbles. I feel like I opened up a can of fucking worms. I probably shouldn't have said shit. So, Royal Thunderian Guard. Something that I think that you need, right? Like, this is good, right? It's an army builder. So, they give you 2 different head sculpts, 2 blasters, and this staff. It's an army builder, man. You're not giving very much. Fucking bring it down in cost so people can army build it properly. But again, this is Super 7 bullshit. And this is why this company doesn't seem to be doing very well, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, all right? Maybe these O-Ring Joes are going to be fucking awesome, and I can say, wow, we made some really good O-Rings, guys. So, Clint Jorgensen says totally on this line, but don't need the burples. Don't tell Frank. Don't tell Frankie I said that. Well, if you if you're getting, in my opinion, if you're getting the Cat Slayer, you almost need that because it has a little sketch of it, which I think is actually pretty cool. And again, this is where they really get people by the balls, is because they're the only people doing Super 7. Could you imagine, like, anyone that has AWOC, man, if you had AWOC, like if AWOC was doing like these, they would be so much better and cheaper. And even for the same price, you wouldn't complain because they'd be so damn good. Okay, so Grass says we should have measured 2 fingers from the knee from the skirt length of this figure. All right. So there's how they look. There is $170 right there. God. But if you order all 4 from Super 7, they'll throw in this plus package. This is your incentive to pay for them right now and wait 2 years to get it, rather than just going to BBTS. They give you a pack of accessories that you already get in other figures. I'm not lying. Like, that's Super 7's enticement is, hey, we'll give you this pack of weapons that you already got with other figures that don't go with these figures. If you buy from us and you let us collect the interest for 2 fucking years, and when we deliver, what we're going to deliver is a fucking figure that probably looks nothing like what you ordered, because that's what we do. We're Super 7. That should be the new motto. I should give that to them. All right, so here's what you get. You get a mace and a blaster and an axe. And who doesn't need a purse? Whatever. I fucking hate you, Super 7. We kind of want the satchel. I'm not lying. Punk on Thundercats weapons back. Yes, we love a good man purse. You're absolutely right. Damn, no more fast food. Was it as bad as the Arby's Trots? Dude, I love Arby's, man. All right. So there's this. What the fuck is this? Did I miss where Digital Camel Storm Shadow was the same fucking Storm Shadow as Cobra's Storm Shadow? I must have missed it. Is this, I don't know, maybe this is the exclusive. I got this from the Full Force. I don't know who actually showed this off. This is not version 2 Storm Shadow. And worse yet, it actually tells you down here that it's fucking Cobra. So, again, good job. Good job, Brian Flynn. I hope no one buys this shit. I'm sure someone will. I don't know where this came from. At first, I thought it was fake until I saw everything. It was like, all right, well, this is clearly real. First off, Super 7 G.I. Joes are already crap. All right? Ask Aaron, as they get knocked off and they break. And I know from the Comic-Con exclusive bat that I bought. So I don't know if this is Comic-Con exclusive, but this is being really fucking cheap because this is not what he was. And you're asking someone to spend $55 on this. Now, I'm not saying it can't look good, but it's not what you want, especially when you're spending that much money. Well, Aaron says, I'm going to buy it and smash it on the floor. Well, if you have an extra $55, just send me a $55 super chat. All right. That's a little bit easier. All right. And that money will go to gas to get down to see you in about 3 fucking days. Daredevil Dave says, not buying it if that helps you sleep tonight, punk. I don't lose any sleep over this. I just don't understand it. Okay? I just don't. I don't. So here's the back of it. And again, they do the same thing with their what are the other fucking the ones I really hate. Totally lost my fucking train of thought. We're just gonna stop. What the hell is the name of their 5 points of fucking articulation figures? How can you rag on something so much and then reaction? Thank you, KJ. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. They do the same thing with the reaction. They just go in there. They digitally change a little bit. They don't even change the image. They just kind of change the color a little bit and they throw it out there. And sometimes it doesn't even match the fucking figure. Again, for stuff this expensive, you should actually be doing. You should be doing more. Just in my opinion. Just let's go say. We gotta say for Joe Fest. I know. Believe me, I know. I still gotta get there. I gotta get there. And then we'll go from there and figure out what the hell we're doing. All right. But that's Super 7. Let's get to someone who actually makes good toys. And that's Jada Toys. And they make some damn good action figures. How they make good action figures, I don't know. Because they just said, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make some fucking good action figures. Every other company's still trying to fucking figure it out. And Jada's like, yeah, we make some fucking little, some fucking die-cast cars. But hey, let's show you how we can make fucking figures. And you're like, yeah, those are going to suck. And then you're like, oh my God, these are like the best fucking figures on the market. Warm water sucks. I'm just going to say that too. I think you're stuck with it for a little bit. All right. So first off, we're going to start with the chest of Cheetos. This is a Entertainment Earth exclusive. So I did drop a link in the community tab for it. So if you're interested, please click on that. Go buy it. It's $30. I have their glow in the dark Blueberry. The glow in the dark's pretty good. The stuff that comes with it that glows is even better than the actual figures. I've heard this figure is really good. I don't have it. I really should order these for my kids because they seem to think that that's just awesome. But this figure just looks really good. Who could have thought that they could have taken cereal or these cereal mascots or chip mascots and make cool action figures? I mean, it's one thing to do it with, with the Street Fighter stuff, but these things. So here he is really looking at this Cheeto. Not a fan of Cheetos, just 100% honest. You can see his glow in the dark, his big old feet, which I absolutely love. I think is awesome. Here he is in his fighting stance, which I think is pretty damn cool. Yes, their reaction line is shit. I know. I can't believe it took me that long to think of it. Toy bridging. This is going back. So this is just going back quickly to Super 7. So glad the Cobra Mothership failed. They needed to come down a notch. The Cobra Mothership, I think, would have probably succeeded had they already announced and shown and put out O-ring figures. I think it actually would have probably succeeded. Or they would have made it not fail. What a dumb way to do it. Why would you do that in the order that you did that? And quickly, I guess I got to say thank you. I was really fucking with you. You don't really need to ever do anything like this. But
here comes the money. Here we go. Money
Aaron the Toy Enhancer with a $9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. Let's get Lawrence to Joe Fest. Everyone, power of the people. I'm coming to Joe Fest. All right. Thank you very much. It's always appreciated. Listen, you guys, you gotta save your money. I appreciate it. I always appreciate it. You know what? I'll give this to you because why not?
Welcome to the Creamery.
And if I ever hear that on anyone else's show, I know they stole it from me because, well, you guys got to see a live version of it. It was a hell of a live version, and it took forever. But well, I'm on 2 panels. I don't know what you guys want to hear. I really don't know what anyone wants to hear from me that you don't already hear. I feel like most of you guys know my fucking opinion on things. Yes, Cobra Commander. Hell yeah, we got $9.90. I feel like I opened up a can of worms, but yeah. No, Roman is not going. I didn't even ask if I could bring him, but a little thing about Roman. When I put his harness on him, he just wants to jump in the car, and then he whines. He'll whine in the car ride. He doesn't go by the windows. He does not like driving, but he jumps in the car right away. I can't wait to heckle this. I know you can't. Just talking about you were right on the cat's lair. Didn't reach all its tears. I still don't think that there was no. Okay, I'm not gonna get into it. I think they pushed that through. I mean, I'm not. I can't keep going. All right. So Chester Cheeto, Flamin' Hot. Yes. Flamin' Hot.
That's what she said.
But this thing is good. I think I might actually order one. Put a couple things in so you get free shipping. Then you get free shipping over $79, which is oddly enough, we have 79 people watching right now. So please hit that like button if you haven't. 79 people still watching. 2 hours and 33 minutes into this, and I haven't even got to the topic, which is going to be a complete mess. As right now going, yep, see, I have to wait all this time. But here's everything that you get with it. Pop Blender says quickly, I like to maybe see a cool-ass evil Lucky Charms leprechaun or the Blueberry Count Chocula Frankenberry and Fruit Brute. Will they have... Are you saying evil versions of those? Because they have Blueberry and Count Chocula and Frankenberry. So here's the box for it. I think the box art is really awesome. Here's the back of it. You can see it's flaming hot on his fingers. I love this as action figure facts. So that's actually pretty cool. This is where I feel like people go out of their way, and it really enhances everything. This is what, especially a company like Jada, when you're doing figures like this, you just need to do small things like this because it goes really, really far. And we have Soul Brother number 1, not 2 or 3 or 4. David Neal has jumped in. Thank you very much. The Noid, dude. So being in Michigan, that's where the Noid originated from, because at that time, Domino's Pizza was owned by the same company that owned at that time the Detroit Tigers. Whatever. Go watch Dan Larson, not Secret Galaxy anymore. Whatever it is. Is it Secret Galaxy? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Secret Galaxy, not Toy Galaxy. Toy Galaxy, Secret Galaxy. Dan Larson's video on the Noid. It is awesome. I had no idea of how the Noid actually came to be. Just, wow. You're like, holy fuck. Don't go watch it now. Wait till the stream's over. Or tomorrow, whatever. But it's a really good episode. All right. So we have Final Challengers, Chun-Li, I want this figure. I've wanted this figure so bad. Now I don't feel I need the color. Like I don't feel like I need the alternate colors. But man, oh man, I already have this figure. Most people have the Chun-Li, but just this laughing face. This laughing face can be used for so many photography pictures. Right? That's what pictures are, is photography. This thing can be used for so many different types of pictures when you're doing photography, because it's just fucking awesome. You're just laughing at, like, anytime someone's losing, you can just do a laughing face. There's also this pose. I ain't gonna lie, dude. Going back to when I said I got hard, yeah, this might actually do it, right? Like, good fucking Lord, Jada, like, clearly this was men doing this, because, but just this laughing picture, just to sit there and have them, like, him laughing at Cobra, laughing at G.I. Joe, laughing at anyone, right? Just awesome. And no matter what angle that it's on, it just looks so badass. Little piece. So they do give her some, some other things. I don't know why there wasn't a screenshot. There wasn't a shot of everything that they come with. So I know we talked about this a little bit last week. So yeah, the head sculpt is awesome. Like, can I just for $10 buy the head sculpt to go with this Chun-Li? I'll be really happy. All right, so Violent Ken. Let's see. Gotta crash, ladies and punks. Catch the rest on replay. Joe Fest 24. Yes, I'm looking forward to Joe Fest. I really am. I'm not going there, Machine Man, but all right. So I do like the fact that they are giving you more stuff when they do stuff like this. So they're giving you everything that you get with the regular figure, but here he has like a power fist, which I don't know if I have one that has it. So I would assume that this is going to be used in another figure soon enough. And it does work with his uppercuts. God, these figures are so good. If you guys don't have one of these, once you find one at Target or wherever, pick one up. So here's everything that he comes with, and they do give him an extra head sculpt. I swear, like, I can just print one of these cans, but one of the ones is destroyed. The same hands that we got before, but so they are giving you some more stuff. It does make it a little bit more worth picking stuff up because you're not just stuck with the exact same repaint. They do a little more, and I gotta say, awesome. So, Fresh Monkey Fiction. So we're getting some pictures of in-box shots, which means they should be landing in BBTS soon. Now, what a surprise, and how awesome would it be if we showed up to Joe Fest and they have some of these for sale? I don't think they do, or else they would have let everyone know, but here you are. Here's the back of it. Here's your cross sell. It shows you all the figures. Here he is in the box. Very boring, in my opinion. Very NECA-like. Again, very boring. I don't really care because guess what? Toys are meant to be out of their package so they can be in my grubby little hands and I can pose them and I can yell at people for using stands because that's what I mostly do. Here's this one, the box inside of it. And I gotta say, the first army builder, the two army builders aren't as good, in my opinion, as what we've seen later on. And I think a lot has to do with the weapons that they're also giving us. This figure, when we saw pictures of it, I think it actually looks way better because this was what I thought was going to be one of the boringer ones until we actually saw it. So here's the Forgotten King. I know, and you can get them in 4-inch form. I believe Chad did a review on it, or he got them in. So yeah, if you want them in 4-inch form, Fatrid for you, you can also get them in 4-inch. And then here is one of the other army builders. And I hate these weapons. They don't look good. I can't really see it here. They weren't being done by Gridiron at the time. Count Dracula. Light on accessories, but now let's get to this. These are the exclusives for Joe Fest. And yeah, do I need this? No. Do I want this? Yes. Am I going to buy it? Fuck yeah, I am. So as Robo was kind of talking about, the sculpt is done. Like, it means all the tolerances and everything is all set. These are translucent, so there's no paint apps to them, obviously. Probably much easier to get these exclusives there. $40 for these. If you're able to get a set, and he did say these will go up on BBTS later on this year. So it looks like you still have the ability to get it. You're just going to have to wait if you're all in on Monster Force. I really like the way this looks. It has that cool blue translucent to it. But the Dracula, although I didn't like the Dracula nearly as much as the other one at first, the more I look at this, the more I just see like fucking blood dripping off of him. And the translucent, I think, really show, like, it really gives that look and that feel, in my opinion. Again, both these are $40 each. I cannot wait to get them. I will not be doing a review in my hotel room. I will wait till I get home, which will probably be Tuesday night, Wednesday, whatever. I'm taking my time getting home. Am I going to buy this? Fuck yeah. Well, I'm not going to lie. When I want something and I'm around people that are watching, I'm going to be like, hey guys, don't we want this? Why don't we buy this? And I will take it home. I mean, that's essentially what you're saying when you talk about how we won the championship, right? How our team played so well. It's the same thing. And that's it. I got made through the slides. Wow. I think it's easier with a partner. Doing a show this long, but hey, you know what? This is the type of shit I enjoy doing. And I enjoy everyone here. Wow, we have 100 likes right now. Thank you very much, every single one of you. It means 100 people came through, but never 100 at the same time. Probably because people have multiple accounts. Yes. Yes, 80s toy, but we should buy this for me. You know what? You're going to hear that a lot if you guys are at Joe Fest now. But we want that. We did it. We are the best. Hey, Lawrence, let's live stream your purchases. I don't think I'm going to be buying that much, to be honest. I got to say, I'm looking for, those two things, and then Delta 17. There's a few other things that I'm sure will be up there. But I'm not looking to buy a lot. Money is always, I know people feel I get paid a whole bunch from YouTube, but the joke's on you. I don't make all that much fucking money. But that is an idea. I mean, that would be interesting. It's not like I couldn't have somebody just kind of grab my phone and but does anyone want to watch someone purchase something? We're gonna do. I promise you, we will do some content. We will do some content for sure. Gussie Goro was Hoodie Cobra Commander there. He's supposed to be at Joe. He's supposed to be at Joe Fest. I don't know if things have changed. but he was supposed to be. And let's say hi to Four Feathers asking, hey, what's up, Punk with Toys, everyone? He was supposed to be, sir. So, okay, so Clint says, is it true out of all the cons, Joe Fest has the hottest women that show up, or at least one woman? Well, I'm trying to think back to PowerCon. I wouldn't say, I can't think that there was many hot women at PowerCon. And the furry con that was going on in the same building, I wouldn't say they had a lot of hot. That I can promise you I will not be doing. But Oz isn't going, so I'm sure there still will be the clubhouse will still happen. We just won't be on it. At least I won't be. I know maybe Ed will go back and stream from his hotel room. I have no plans on doing it. Okay, so I just need kind of hot with low standards. 3-star, I thought you left. All right. I remember specifically saying, I have things to do. I am leaving the show. I fucking hate you. But we are awesome on the show. There's something like that. Okay, well, hold on, wait. If you want to see a lot of women drink a lot of alcohol, you go to Dragon Con. They party all night, and it's evolved around 4 giant hotels. Best wild time I ever had. They party all night. All right. So let's talk a little bit about what the topic was supposed to be. Now, I was going to talk about Joe Fest. Now, I really thought that I'd be able to go to Joe Fest and pull up booths and stuff, like images. But it was going to be a pain in the ass because most of the stuff goes out on Instagram. Facebook is a pain in the ass to find anything. So I just kind of want to talk about the things that I'm looking forward to at Joe Fest, and you guys are more than willing to chime in on what you're looking for. So Sergeant Slaughter is going to be there. Nothing to do with Sergeant Slaughter. I am not an autograph seeker. I'm not one of those people that ever goes and needs to meet someone. I've said it earlier. You are no better than me. I am no better than you. I don't feel the need to spend $117 to go to breakfast with Sergeant Slaughter. If you want to and you think it's fun and it's worth your money, have fun. If Sergeant Slaughter sees me at breakfast and he wants to sit down at our table and tell stories, fucking awesome. Sit down with us, tell some fucking stories. Tell me how you fucking turn your back on Hulk Hogan in the USA. And maybe we can hash that rivalry out that he doesn't know that we have. He has no idea. See? Never was I said I look like Sergeant Slaughter. Started streaming and talking about how I'm not a fan of Sergeant Slaughter. And that's not the person. I'm sure he's a wonderful, wonderful guy. But Sergeant Slaughter will be there. I think he's there like every single year. Or at least he tries to be there every single year. It's, again, if you need to get an autograph with Sergeant Slaughter, you want your picture with him. If it's something you've always wished for, then hey, you know what? Go for it. Have a great fucking time. I don't condemn people for wanting autographs or seeking autographs. Just not my thing. And then there'll be some other people. It looks like Bob Braken is going to be there. I know we're getting the girl from the girl that voices the Baroness. So I should dress up like General. No, because I don't want a sergeant telling me what to do when I'm a general. Still, makes no sense. And also, Colonel Mustafa, was I not supposed to realize? I've said it before. It's still, to this day, it's the fucking Iron Sheik. Was I not going to realize that was the Iron Sheik? He was pretty fucking popular. He's pretty fucking known. Just tell Sarge you're Iron Sheik's cousin from Michigan. Well, technically, I could be the Sheik's cousin because the Sheik is, I do believe, from Michigan. Because my dad used to always talk about going as a kid, seeing the Sheik at wrestling, and watch someone have a heart attack as he was trying to climb up the banners to get to people. Joe, we need to suspend our disbelief. Punk, when everyone asks you for a pick, what are you gonna say? Oh, it's cool. Like, I don't have a problem giving picks. I'm like, don't do autograph. Well, I don't. Okay. I don't do autographs as don't ask me for an autograph. I'm no one special. Picks are like those are memories of like, hey, you know what? Let's sit down and let's take a picture because hey, I hung out with so and so, and we finally got to meet. That's friendship. That's type of shit. Now, when I say I don't do autographs, like I don't know if Darren 3 Stars still wants to do it, but he talks about he wants to get everyone's signature that's going to be there. That I think feels a little bit different because that's like a memory book. And I guess autographs are somewhat the same, but I think of autograph seekers where Darren, 3 Stars, like, he's like, I just want to get everyone's signature, that all these people that I've got to know, that I can forge their signatures. And, it was weird because he's like, I also need your social security number and mother's maiden name. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but, I'll think about it. I don't have any fucking money, so it doesn't matter. You can't steal shit from me. But yeah, so let's just get to the vendor list. And I've ordered some stuff from Marauder, but I don't really know anything about Marauder Gun Runners. They got 4 tables. They're in the center aisle. Skeletron, I am so excited. Finally see that Skeletron. Also, when am I going to get my Skeletron? Because I feel like I bought it like right after I got the aircraft carrier. Yeah, so I think this is different. Yeah. You know what, Christopher Allen, you nailed it. It's like a yearbook. You know what? So yeah, so like what 3 Star wants to do, like I think that's different than autographing because you're not seeking autographs from like celebrities and stuff. But yeah, she is from my but he was here. Like he wrestled well before my time. Like my dad's time, like he was in this territory. So I do believe he lived over here in Michigan. So you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. But I know he wrestled here in this territory, specifically in Michigan and Ontario, Canada, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, what was I saying? I don't know. I'm trying to make up a topic here. I can't fucking lie. I thought it'd be easier. I'm like, hey, this is gonna be easy. And I went and looked. I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like, there's like a list. There's not like pictures. I was hoping like there'd be pictures, and then it was gonna cost me a lot of work. So you need an autograph on your Punk hoodie. We'll talk about it. You're gonna ruin the value of the actual nice hoodie that it is. So Skeletron has 4 tables, which is shocking. They have 4 tables considering I know they have some stuff being sold. I have no idea who Duffy Diorama is. Duffy Diorama and Doc Medic Spence. Super 7 has all the shit that I've said about them. I'm hoping that we will finally get to see their O-rings because I am interested in seeing their O-rings. I know, contrary to what people think, and people try and say that I'm just a 1/12 scale collector, I do have a fairly large O-ring room. Well, actually, the room's kind of small, but a collection is fairly large, okay? Aaron the Toy Dancer may know because he sent me a Rattler to go with my to go with my HasLab Rattler that we'll be getting next month. That's pretty much confirmed, just so you know. Let me just throw that out there really quick. But I am looking forward to seeing the Super 7 O-ring figures, because the one thing he said is they're going to do figures that were never done before. Now that excites me if he actually follows through with it. And then we have the 4 Horsemen that have 8 tables. Now, have the 4 Horsemen announced any exclusives? Because I haven't heard any. The one thing I might be looking for is I might get a horse because they're $60, and you're not going to find them any. You're not going to find them any cheaper. And Aaron, I will say once again, thank you very much for that. No one ever needs to gift me anything. I know so many people across ToyTube, they gift people stuff. I was so joking when I made the comment and I saw you cleaning it up, and you're like, this one is actually for you. If you don't know, I think it was on the Clubhouse. It might have even been on, was it on the Clubhouse or was it on, it might have been on Punk's Pit. I don't know. And Aaron was like cleaning this Rattler, and I asked if he had an extra one because I need one. And he said, actually, this one's for you. And I was like, shut the fuck up. He's like, no, dude, seriously. Like, this is yours. I'm like, dude, you kidding me. So I just got to say thank you every single time. All right. So Animal War, it was on the Clubhouse. Thank you. I thought it was. I didn't think it, because I was like, I don't remember if I was in the chat or if I jumped on there or whatever. Clint Jordan says, Viper Island would do a Thursday a friend with you if you talk Minnesota Twins. Okay, so if Viper Island did a Thursday with a friend, that would be my biggest. That would be my biggest and most watched video of all time. I'm gonna throw it out there. And I gave him an open invitation before all this shit happened. You want to come in here and you want to come in and you want to hash it out. It has to be live. And I'll make sure my moderators won't fucking let anyone fucking start bashing you. They will fucking, ban people for whatever, But if you want to come in and tell your side of the story, and this was before all this shit happened, before the whole laser pants thing, I know he watches. He was in the fucking chat one day as Toy Crustacean, and we kind of confirmed that. So anyway, back to Joe Fest here. So Animal Wars the Kingdom, you'll be able to pick a bunch of their stuff. I believe they're supposed to have like all of wave 2 or 3 there. Still none of the new stuff that I've been waiting on, like the hyena. I want the fucking hyena. Savage Crucibles. Hopefully they will be able to address the ankles being weak. I know it's a huge issue for me. I only have one of them, but it makes me not want to purchase any more of their figures because they fall over. Now, they said they're addressing them. Hopefully they will, and that would be great. We got Chicken Fry Toys. They got a couple tables. We got Delta 17. They have one exclusive. I'm not going to brag, but we are on the list to make sure we get one. By we, I mean I am on the list that I get one. I have to pay for it. So don't think I'm getting anything for fucking free. I still have to pay for it, but one's going to be set aside from what I understand. But hey, if it makes you guys feel better, you guys can all claim it too when I review it. Andrew Davis says, I ordered 3 Robo Skulls before I ordered my 3 Histains, but I'm patient because I don't know where I'm going to put them. Maybe next to my Arsenal Turtle van or my 89 Batmobile. Okay. So, Andrew, you just made me think, you know what, I can kind of wait, considering that Dragonfly will be coming before the end of the year. From what I understand, the Robo Skull should be coming before the end of summer, and the O-ring figure, which is amazing. The O-ring figure and the 4-inch figures were really good figures. And if that's the quality that they're going to get, then I fucking applaud them. If they're going to do things top notch like that, like you should. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but then good. I have the 6-inch wolf figure coming, the green one, and I'll fully admit, if I knew Hasbro was going to be dropping this many vehicles, I would not have ordered the RoboSkull. But the other thing with the RoboSkull is it can go in my 1/18th room. Again, I do have one. I actually do collect, the 1/18 scale. Shocker to people. I can put it in there, or I can put it with my 6-inch figures. And the one thing that really got me was when they put Destro in it. And I went, motherfucker! I need to order one of these. Do you think December 5th it will come? I'm thinking November, December. It's yeah. Did Adam tell you we already have the Delta Fig exclusive at hand and we're reviewing it tomorrow? I know that's not true. Well, maybe I don't. I don't know. All right. So, Sergeant Slaughter, call sign Longbow is going to be there, which oddly enough, I just got an email from them now. I back call sign Longbow. I also back Operation Recall. I don't think anyone's going to rip us off, but I am getting to the point where it's like, what the fuck? Like, these are O-ring figures. You haven't given us anything. That's what I really like about Skeletron is they said, hey, you know what? Everything's not done, but here's a little, here's a little, here's a little. And people have told me that there's a reason why they took their company out of that factory because of the delays that they were having. And good thing they did because now they have product actually out. There's a lot. It seems like there's a lot of vendors that are going to be there. I mean, like shops and stuff. Roma Collectibles, who I know they have an exclusive. I really don't even know who Roma Collectibles is. Cobra Convergence is supposed to have a table, but I'm not really sure what's going on with that. We briefly touched on that. I'm not even sure if Hooded Cobra Commander is going. I know he has bowed out of doing YouTube. So that makes me with the number one YouTuber with the most views, the number one YouTuber with the most views on a Delta 17 product because he's no longer a YouTuber. A win is a win. I'll take it any way I can get it. I wasn't able to get the ferret. I got a $150 bill for the first person that can spare one. I didn't get two. I didn't get two. I only got one. Hey, did we get charged for it yet? It's 12:06. Hold on. Let's see if we get charged for it yet. Oh, yep. Got charged for it. $58.29. You got to love it, man. They're like clockwork, man. They're like clockwork. What sucks is that it'll probably come on Thursday or Friday when I'm out of town. Oh, well. I'll survive. There'll be someone here to grab it. Same Time Toy says, Hooded Cobra Commander said he was going to show up and say goodbye to everyone, but he's not doing anything for the Convergence. Yeah, I didn't think so. It seems like that whole Cobra Convergence thing has kind of died down. So, what are you guys looking forward to seeing? Is there anything that you guys are, of all you guys that are going, what is the thing that you are most excited to see? I really think that a lot of people feel it's Fresh Monkey Fiction. They're just. I think these last figures that they showed, which is a prequel to Monster Force, I think they look better. And I have no connection to the Palatoy Action Force, and I know that's what they're going with. I just think those colors really pop, and they're really just red, white, and black. But I think they really pop. They look really good together. But the whole Monster Force thing is just, and again, I don't even know why. I'm not into monster stuff like that. But man, there's just something about those things that look absolutely fucking awesome. So Same Time Toy says, Chicken Fried Toys was going to be my top stop. So do they have any exclusives? It's so hard to keep up with all of these. It's so hard to keep up with all of these. Because for me, it's Fresh Monkey Fiction. That is right where I'm going. That would be the first thing, because I do want to get those exclusives. And I did tell someone else that I would try and get them a set too, if possible. Andrew Davis says, or next to my Thunder Tank. You just reminded me about 3 dragonflies in the den. Oh my god! So you're the one person I talk about, like you in general. I don't question what you do or what you spend your money on, but I do question these people that have as much stuff as you do. What kind of home do you have, or garage or whatever, that you're able to display all this? That's what interests me, because I'm like, I need to see like how you're able to do this. The chicken, possibly not Rachel. Also nice of you to join. There was only 3 people that I saw that had bought out. One being Gridiron, which is very disappointing. People really wanted to see them. So Aaron says Mythic Legions, Fresh Monkey Fiction, and hopefully some new Action Force. Did I just say that? Yes. I may look at Bobby's shit. Okay, but you won't see that at Joe Fest. I'm talking about at Joe Fest. It was. I mean, I don't want to insult you. Like, I don't want to insult you. Like, so I'm going to stay at your house. But like, did you? Like, we're talking Joe Fest, and Bobby is over at DFW. He decided that he didn't want to be at Joe Fest because they would ban people that he didn't like. So he said that I can't come. He was not kicked out. So anyway, so I'm talking about at Joe Fest. What do you want to see? Larry Hama showed up in the my Larry Hama figure showed up in the mail today from Fresh Money. Is amazing. I'll be picking up Valiver show exclusives for a fellow collector. Yeah, if you're looking for something like that, yeah, reach out to some people that are going to DFW, because you can get that exclusive figure. I mean, if you want it. I looked at it and was like, that is just so boring. But so SARS just wants to see McFarlane and Toy Biz. If I had my house basement, I would buy everything. Dude, where the fuck have you been? Like, I hope that's not a serious question. Like, I really hope you're not being serious, right? I hope right now you're like into the bottle and you're like, Punk's excited to meet Brian Flynn and see how the cool news. I already said, like, I'm excited, hoping that there are O-ring figures there, because I'm excited for the O-ring stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I hope they're good. The Cobra Report, which I don't think I've ever seen you here. I'm weird. I'm looking for G.I. Joe Creole minifigures for my Lego City. Okay, so you're not looking at new stuff. You're not looking for new stuff. You're trying to find vendors that might have the Creole. Man, those Creoles were just, man, those Creoles were all over at Toys R Us, and Toys R Us is still around. So it's been a while, because I was with my ex, I believe, at the time. So it's been like, Toys R Us has been gone like 10 fucking years. Holy shit. You should get Larry Hama, and then maybe get my son to fucking film it. Oh wait a minute, I got to get my son to do shit on my own here. Sorry, Sarge. Sorry, John. Bill, have a great night. I get charged for the ferret. Yeah, they said that it was charging on this date. So right around 12:06, you start getting the charges. Yeah, sorry. I thought I knew. Maybe I didn't mention it. Yeah, no. Aaron, he's not sending anyone. He's not doing a booth there. He didn't like the way things were. He wanted. Yes. Don't get me started on that, John. They can make O-ring Ghostbusters, and they can make it affordable, but their own property, G.I. Joe, which is the standard for O-ring, they can't do. Okay, so yeah, I missed out on the Creoles. I got Terradrome and a few others going back to collect the rest. Okay, so you're not looking for brand new stuff. You're looking at other stuff. So, wait, Alan. Hey, Punk, how close are you to Toys R Us in Canada? I believe the closest one. I don't have a passport, so I can't go there. But I think the closest one is in Sarnia, which to get to Port Huron is about a 40 to 45 minute drive for me, and then you'd have to cross the bridge. So I think there's one in Sarnia. I don't think it's really that far. I'm not sure if there's any in Ontario right across from me. Okay, so John is saying about an hour and a half away. Yeah, that's what I thought, because I know it's not right over. I know it's not right over the border. I know it's further down. I believe it's in Sarnia. I looked it up before when they were getting all of the Python Patrol stuff right at the beginning, and people were getting it. But once I looked at the price, I'm like, man, that ain't worth it, man. Like, but I do need to get a passport so I can cross the border. I don't know why. I don't need to go to Canada. We have everything here. Preach, Punk, preach. That O-ring business is driving me. It's bullshit. It's bullshit that they're doing it. They could have thrown someone on the G.I. Joe team to do design for O-rings. I don't think it's a huge moneymaker. I've said before, Hasbro is about making millions, not thousands. And as much as I see all these O-ring Kickstarters and Delta 17, I still think that is a very small pool of people that want O-rings. You know, you have guys like Chad who are all about 1/18th, but he doesn't collect O-ring. He collects the modern 4-inch figures. So the O-ring doesn't even matter. That means Delta 17 doesn't matter. That means Cost on Longbow doesn't matter. Operation Recall doesn't matter. You know, none of that stuff matters to him, although he wants it and is upset like that Hasbro isn't doing it, or that people like 6-inch figures. So to me, that doesn't make a lot of sense because it's not what he collects anyway. But I think the O-ring collector, I think that there is a very small amount of them, and they're cannibalizing themselves. And we'll see. Everything is cyclical, right? So everything comes back around eventually. I don't know why I'm doing this. And it's really weird to do this because I'm seeing on the screen that's like 5 seconds late me spinning my finger around. But I do want to see what Super 7 is doing. And I think it's disappointing that Hasbro isn't doing that with G.I. Joe. Especially when they had that Stinger come out and it sold out. And it was like, why didn't you do a VAM? Why didn't you do a Mark II? You know, you just recently had... they already had some molds. They could have really done... It just doesn't make any sense. But there's a lot of stuff that Hasbro does. It doesn't make sense. But again, I understand that you got to look at it from a corporate... It's a corporate business. That's how things get run. Punk always predicts when Hasbro will change you. I get billed for the ferrets. Charge you. It's not predicting. It's not predicting. They say that, hey, be ready by the 18th, and they go on Eastern Standard Time. So you get charged about 12:06. But there have been a few times that, yeah, it was like right away. I had mentioned it, and people were like, holy shit, like you said, getting hit. Well, you won't be you won't be hearing anything on Viper Island anymore. I don't have an enhanced license. I have to get that this year though, John. So I got to renew my license anyway. So I got to get that enhanced one because like you can't fly, which is fine. I don't like flying anyway. I mean, I'll do it if I have to. But yeah, they they talked about that. Angel said, I'll be looking for some gaps in my collection, some O-ring, some 4-inch modern, some 6-inch, mainly Joe, and some Pellettoy action for it. But not Rachel. We don't talk about DFW. We are Joe Fest snobs here. All right. I turn my nose up to DFW. I am all about the Joe Fest. I'm sorry. I'm at Dallaverse. Can I just say that is one of the most insulting things. They tried doing it with Joe Fest last year, calling it Valafest. Now they're calling it Dallafest. It is so insulting to be invited to someone's convention and then you try and change the name. Just do your own fucking convention if you want to name it. I'm not going to get into that. I'm doing my fucking best. Holy shit, dude. I need to work tomorrow. I need to work tomorrow. John, do you have any G.I. Joes coming in? For the love of fucking God, there's no goddamn G.I. Joes. Yeah, I don't want to be a punk in Canada. Yeah, while we're driving back down to Cholanta, my boss was like, he's like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going to Joe Fest, the G.I. Joe convention. He's like, he goes, because I didn't know that they had, because I didn't know they had conventions for G.I. Joe. I'm like, oh, they got a whole bunch. No, I don't want the vintage. I want the new ones that I keep getting delayed. You know, I'd rather buy them from you, but I gotta get them. I gotta get them first because that's how I do reviews, and earlier the better, obviously. But when you got the Duke and Recondo, it did wonderful for me. So some of them are new to me, not all of them. And I listen, I've seen the basement, all right? There's a lot of shit down there that would be new to me. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Like I said, no Monday show next week. I think it's the first show that I'll be missing this year. We'll see if I miss any more. This Thursday show is going to be with Ken, Thursday with a friend. It is already recorded. It is a really good one. It's a short one. It's only like an hour and 40 minutes. That is shocking that I could do any type of video in that short amount of time, but blame Ken for that because he had his time constraints. Next Thursday, it will be the Joe Fest Thursday with a friend, where I will bring on as many people as possible that we met at the show so they can talk a little bit about it. I still got to talk to Ed about it. And got to talk to Ed about it and see about if he's going to be on it the whole time. I'm not going to have people on the whole time as long as there's more than 10 people rotating in and out. Well, if Ed's on it the whole time, then it would actually be 8 people rotating in and out. Obviously, it should only be 9 because I got to be on there the whole time. Thank you very much. Also, yeah, check out Sergeant Red's Whatnot every Wednesday. as much as I hate Whatnot, because every time I watch YouTube, every fucking commercial is a goddamn fucking Whatnot commercial. Listen, Whatnot, if I want your fucking app, I will fucking download your goddamn fucking app. Every single fucking YouTube video that I watch, and I don't watch only ToyTube stuff, I watch all kinds of fucking shit. It's always a fucking Whatnot commercial. We get it, Whatnot. You want to be fucking eBay. I don't need it any fucking more. But watch Sergeant Reds. Subscribe to their YouTube channel. Honestly, they did buy so much shit. And fucking plan a trip up here. And then I'll meet you. I don't have to go out of my way to meet other people. Just pay for YouTube Red or whatever the hell it is now. I probably should, but it's just another thing added on to it that I added on to money that I don't already have. Yeah. The meet and greet would kind of be like any other time I show up in your show, in your store. No one gives a shit. But if you make a trip up here, I will definitely come out there and hang out with you, because more than likely I don't know who the hell you are in some fashion. So, yeah, Ed, no way you could do a 3-hour stream. I got to talk to you about it, though. I really do want you to be on, because, you know, I'll be hanging out with you a lot, and you're going to be there. So, and it might be easier to have a second moderator on here at the time. Yeah, I'm going to be, hopefully I get to meet them and actually talk to them this weekend, John. So we'll maybe do a little bit more. You can meet some cool YouTubers. I'll show up too. How about that? Yeah. And go hit that like button before the stream ends. Thank you very much. There's like 106 likes, so huge amount. Although we didn't hit 100 viewers, but hey, that's fine. People watch on the replay. I know there was a lot of competition, always competition, but hey, you know what? YouTube is a very big plan. Yeah, Dan, and Larry. That's wasn't it? This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. I gave a like or 3. Well, I appreciate it. All right, I am going to get out of here, or else I'm going to keep on babbling and rambling on about absolute nothing. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I will see you guys all again next Thursday live here. And many of you I will see this weekend, starting Thursday all the way till Monday. God, that's a lot of toy tubers to deal with. Take care.